Sassy fam, happy Sunday check-in. I hope you are well. I hope you are fabulous. You guys, what's up? What's going on? I am loving the Thursday check-in and the Sunday check-in, and I hope that you are as well. You might have noticed the first one, the Thursday check-in, we did Celtic Cross baseline. Of course, it was rather extensive. You know me and Celtic Cross, honey. I can go on and on and on with it. So that ran over 3 hours. Most of the check-ins will not surpass a particular time limit, but the Celtic Cross, I knew. It's always a big time consumer for me. It always has been. And that's one of the advantages of the Celtic Cross. It's a little more thorough. Let's see. Today. Yes, today. Officially as of today, at least in the Northern Hemisphere. Within the next 24 hours or so, Virgo season officially hands the torch over to Libra. So, very happy early birthday to all my Librans out there. I hope that you are doing so fantastic. Have a happy birthday. It's off to an early start. Regardless, happy birthday to all my Libras, and may we all take a little bit more time this season to just kind of balance out and check things out and make sure that we're cool with ourselves. You know what I'm saying? All right. Anything else? Let's see. Just what we're doing today. We're going to do a general overview, what I call a 369, a kind of check-in for where we are in this moment in time. Yeah. And then, of course, we'll do some advice cards, some oracles, and maybe some charms too. Like always, take it resonates, leave it does not. If there's more than one energy clearly apparent to you on this board today, then you reverse those energies as you see fit. These are, after all, general collective readings, not one-to-one private, which is to say they may not resonate at all. Frustrating, I know, but also normal. Check your the placements, you will find yourself in there somewhere. And, of course, like always, your sign will be timestamped in the description box as well as the comments, because I got you. Cheers, baby. Happy Sunday. I will see you at your sign. Leo, you're up first. What's going on for Leo? What's going on for Leo, please? Show me Leo. Show me Leo. For funsies, let's do one more. I feel like there's one more. Yes. What's going on? Show me Leo, please. The Wheel of Fortune. The Knight of Cups. Yeah. 10 of Wands. Okay. It happens, I know. 4 of Pentacles, the King of Swords, and the 2 of Cups. All right. Temperance, Lovers, 3 of Pentacles. Yeah, well, I'm happy to see that when people show me things like this, there's an end result, because there's no guarantee. In all tarot, there's no guarantee. Okay, it comes down to if you resonate. First of all, straight away, is it yours? Is it not yours? There's a simple sorting process. And if it is yours, how do you know if what's going on here is correct? Are you crazy? You know? No, you're not crazy. Not that it suggests that. It's just when I see things like this, people can feel that way, of course. Time is stretching out. Feelings are frustrated and unresolved, and you wonder if it's ever going to change. And for a lot of people, it doesn't. And for some folks, such as the Leo I'm looking at today, it does. Let's talk about it. Wheel of Fortune, the Knight of Cups, and the 10 of Wands. You know, some time has passed. We're just jumping into where we are right now. And it's showing me a sense of perspective from your heart space about how you feel often frustrated and blocked in your feels. You know, the flow, the Knight of Cups. Once more, the Knights are responsible for delivering our stuff outside of ourselves. So these are our thoughts, feelings, behaviors, and so on. Sometimes I see it come towards us, but this is, in your respect, external. Your Knights of Cups, you have a particular flow in how you feel your feelings and how you would like to express yourself, and you feel blocked, prohibited, weighed down. Now is not the time for flights of fancy, vulnerability, romantic or otherwise. And there's a rather sizable obstruction there. There's so much in you that you want to say that's the opposite of heaviness. There's so much in you that you want to feel that is the opposite of that burden, that stress or strain. But it's catching up to you now in this time and in this moment. Something weighs on your heart, and it's much lighter and softer than the pressure that seems to surround you or is inside of you. Okay? But you see this now, and you're feeling it now. So let's keep going. 4 of Pentacles, King of Swords, 2 of Cups. It's almost like you pulled yourself aside and you said, right. Look, this is what I've been feeling. Here's me logically seeing it for what it is. So you cottoned on to it, right? It's one thing to feel the pressure, but when we kind of force ourselves to stop, stand still, and kind of clock into it and be like, okay, I've been feeling this. Let's look at this logically. And so that's what you've done. You're like, I've arrived to no particular conclusion, except I see this for what it is and I acknowledge it. So good. Four of Pentacles, King of Swords, Two of Cups. And there is a sense of love here. Okay? Between these two. You acknowledge it. You recognize that we're holding on to it. You recognize this too. It's not that you're unaware of it. But you're trying to understand this heaviness. Where does this heaviness and feeling and love, where does it come from? How long has it been there? What does it mean? And hey, what are you supposed to do about it? You know? So here we have the emotional strain of carrying something. Okay? And it's not what we want to feel. It's not what we want to express. But we don't have the words for it. Now I see you stopping to articulate the issue in your mind first. You're working through it. Why are you holding on to it? Why does it feel like such a strain? What is it that you want to feel and express, and to whom? You seem to know. So I like that you're acknowledging it. Great. So then what do we do with it? Well, Temperance, the Lovers, the Three of Pentacles. You know, Temperance here, time, the Wheel of Fortune's already passed. It suggests the time might well be in place to offer a sort of healing branch between yourself and someone else of some significance. Between the Three of Pentacles and the Lovers, it can have so many meanings, particularly if time has passed. And time has passed indeed, and it's doing its job. And it says now it might feel maybe okay and or safe to patch this up a little bit. Again, I'm not making declarations on anyone's behalf about what that means. When time has passed, Three of Pentacles is perfectly fine in a construct like this with the Lovers. It suggests starting at square one, working from the ground up, starting somewhere between two persons of significance with the Lovers. And it's a very strong connection. But it can often, for that very reason, have a kind of clean slate mentality or approach in the interest of repairs. So you can go with the label of friendship, you can go with the label of lovers, somewhere between the two is something that is strongly felt and experienced, but can be practically worked through. Okay? Why is it time now and not 5 years ago? I don't know. Sometimes it's just time. Indeed. Temperance. Patience. Healing. Who puts it forward as a proposal? I don't know. Since you're the one who is kind of stopping and logically looking at this so you can address it. I wouldn't be surprised at all then if you prompted it in some way. But let's not stress about the details. If it comes together, it comes together. Remember, the Three of Pentacles is cooperation. Collaborative, bare minimum. In the interest of repairs. But it's looking like we find common working ground, using that term loosely, common working ground, between yourself and a strong connection. And this is what's behind it. So therefore, I kind of trust it. Because it's beautiful, it's patient, it's kind, it's considerate, and above all, it's healing. So let's start with the little things. I'll take them for granted. And how do you know it's correct? They participate. Okay? Both participate. I like how you learned what you learned, and you felt what you felt, and between your feeling and in your thought process of those feelings, you arrived to a conclusion that's right for you. And that's all I care about. Let's get some advice. Not that I think you need it, but let's get some advice, please. Let's get some advice, please. The Moon. Seven of Swords, there's that Knight of Cup again. Oh, see, that's where that strain was coming from. Okay. It's not just having a bunch of feelings that they have nowhere to go. It was causing strain for a reason. There's that same there's that same Knight of Cups, with the Moon and the Seven Swords. This is something we desperately tried to keep buried. that sense of flow. My heart's not flowing in that direction. There's no way. There's no way. There's no way. There's no way. And that's where the strain came from. It's not an accusation. Don't take it as one. I'll read the cards. That strain, that sense of burden over a long period of time had to come from somewhere. Perhaps you really didn't understand until recently where your feelings were trying to flow this whole time and how we've been subconsciously blocking them for some time. Because that's a lot of dark side of the moon energy right there. Again, not negative. It's just a phrase. We work through it. That's the whole point. Then we make progress. That's what this is. You acknowledging it. Not rushing out the door with it. There's that Four of Pentacles again. And death. Oh, happy day. That's because I've been doing this a long time. I know what it means. Do you? Not having to hold back anymore. We can kill that particular feature now that's been addressed. Good job. Okay. New moon in Virgo. Trust all will be well. I like that. Very simple. Very lovely, very simple. Trust that all will be well. Yes, indeed. Some of you, by the way, might have some Virgo in your chart. And then, of course, this past Virgo season, which we're still technically in for a couple more hours, could be of influence to you. Okay. We're at the crossroads. I had a feeling I was going to see that for you, but I was going to see the actual other card that said indecision, indication of 2 at the crossroads. Crossroads for some of you. There's been a massive amount of growth for you since this past summer. Okay? Yeah. Okay. We have the letters J, L, butterfly, sign of transformation. It's beautiful. It's lovely. Beautiful. All right, and then the wreath is in reverse before Christmas time, or what we would call the holiday season, or the winter holidays. Okay? And also representing the world here, whichever this is in Taurus. It's the thing about world. Doors can close, they can open, and sometimes doors are simply closed, but not necessarily locked. Oh, it is fun being alive, yes? Leo, honey, I hope this helps you. Put it in the comments. Take care. Be well. Sag, welcome to your Sunday check-in. What's up? What's going on? Show me, Sag, please. What's going on for Sag? Show me, Sag. Seven of Swords, 6 of Pentacles, and the Queen of Wands. Interesting. Okay. Okay. Interesting. 10 of Cups, Ace of Cups, 3 of Cups. Yeah, I was about to say you got something else on your mind, honey. It's very interesting. You almost look distracted. We'll get to that. It's not necessarily a bad thing. It's just that's what it kind of comes across as. Yeah. The 4 of Cups, the Sun, 6 of Swords. How odd. 7 of Swords, 6 of Pentacles, the Queen of Wands. There is, you're here. Don't get me wrong. You're here. You're showing up, but you seem to be a little distracted these days. It's, there's something about the day-to-day practicalities you're not really in tune with. You're like, I'm here, Queen of Wands, and it's still important to me, just not very much. So it's kind of like you're keeping one eye on business or details. I don't think there's a full checkout. No. It's just your day-to-day balances aren't really fully captivating your interest. And yet you're showing me kind of peak performance energy from you. You know, being on point, passionate, and or ambitious. So you have responsibilities here. You have a sense of, this is what I'm supposed to do. I'm just not really interested. I'm not into it these days. I'm not into it these days. But your energy's high. So it's almost like you're restless to do other things other than balance is. You know, we're just not showing up to them as regularly. We're not participating in them as vigorously, whatever your balances are. You're just like, yeah, it's okay, but it's not where my energy is these days. Okay, where is it? Ten of Cups, Ace of Cups, Three of Cups. Man, that's lots of love. Lots of it. It looks like, if you haven't yet, it looks like we will be emotionally connecting soon, and it's going to feel so freaking good. It's going to feel so freaking good. That's where you look. You look emotionally distracted, but in all the right ways. I'm not sure how else to put it. You look emotionally distracted, but like I said, in all the right ways. So I don't know who you're connecting with so hard, but it fits really well. You're delighted. You are downright delighted that when you look out upon a certain level of connectivity, you're almost really excited to see someone there. And so the Ten of Cups, we must remember, is our emotional harmony kind of rainbow, if you will. Anybody can be in there. When we look out upon ourselves or in the world and we reflect about, who we love and why, you're rejoicing. Three of Cups, Ace of Cups, that someone's there, balancing in, checking in, or it's just frankly part of your world. We're just so excited to see this. So I don't know what's going on, but it looks highly celebratory, and I think that's reasons why you're showing me heightened energy, but not for the day-to-day, not for the mundane. And you're like, no, that's not why I'm excited. In fact, I want to get less away from that and more into this. So whatever this is you're connecting to, it's just such pure, simple love and joy to see that there's a cup there amongst that which you can count on. And it feels so good, and it feels so supportive, and it makes you just feel alive and in love, and like I said, just celebratory. It's like, yay, that person's in my world. Is awesome. It looks awesome. You look. I don't know who you're connecting with, but it's beautiful, and I can see why you're distracted. Look at all that beautiful, gushy love. I mean, yeah, you're going to want to hang out with that a lot more than, say, Six of Pentacles. I don't. So the emotional connectivity is gorgeous. And then the sun's out, Six of Swords, Four of Cups. So there's some disappointment there in future. I don't know why. I don't know what's going on. It could be a temporary separation. It could be that as soon as we connect with this, it's, for some reason, it seems to be absenting itself for a while. I don't know why. But there's a sense of sun here. Either we're very happy, but we have to temporarily leave it and we're not happy about it, or what it is we're connecting to is having to take a temporary leave. Just as soon as you got done connecting with it so joyously, so beautifully, and it's like, well, there goes my sun. I am under the impression that's a temporary leave. Okay. Six of Swords, Four of Cups. We're not happy about it. We're not happy about what looks like a temporary transition. As soon as I tell you what, isn't that the thing? Isn't that the way of things? It's like joyous activity. I love this. I want more of it. This is fantastic. I'm overjoyed. And then boom, somebody's like, I gotta go. But I'll be back. So I don't know where that's coming from. It really is almost distinctly right around the corner from all that beautiful emotional connectivity. So I don't know what that's about, guys. I don't know. It is coming across as a temporary leave of the sunshine or happiness. So I don't know. It's it doesn't feel permanent. It's like, well, I'm not happy about it, and you're not happy about it either, but this is where we are. So I don't know what's going on there. Let's get some advice, but I'm not too worried about it. I'm just not. I don't think it's a permanent, I'm just got to leave my sunshine behind. 1 minute I was gloriously happy, and the next day I'm devastated. It doesn't feel like that. It doesn't feel like that at all. I don't know. It's kind of like, man, I want to keep this going, but someone had to exit, I think temporarily, for reasons I don't quite understand. Knight of Cups. Perhaps you will in time. The Hanged Man, the Magician. See, I'm not worried about it. I'm not worried about it. Whatever the arrival is of this love, be it from you or you're receiving it, because I just see you participating in it and it feels so good. The Hanged Man, the Magician, whatever this is, took time to come through. But it's coming through, and it's going to feel very good, okay? Sometimes simply such powerful emotional delivery is on delay for reasons we don't quite understand, all right? But it does come on through. And then right around the corner from that, I feel like as soon as it arrives, somebody has to take an exit. Seven of Pentacles, Ace of Wands, constructive communication, King of Pentacles. Yeah, there's some constructive communication coming on through. And it's buildable as far as I can tell. It looks buildable. it looks buildable. In other words, you can add layers on it and continue to work through communication and receive connectivity through communication. It starts slow, but I got a King of Pentacles investing in it. So that means it's going to continue to rise or add. It just starts slowly. It arrives slowly. It'll build on in the reality slowly. So again, I'm not worried about this. There could be a distance here. Okay, that's temporary, especially after all that beautiful connectivity. I'm not worried about it. It could be that there's a distance that separates you two after the initial engagement here. That's what I'm saying. It's not lost. It's going to take more time to build and express itself more comprehensively over time. That's all I'm saying. It's interesting. I saw a temporary Six of Swords for somebody the other day. I can't remember who it was, though. Distance. Yeah, that's what it says. It's distance. There's a distance there. Isn't that the thing, though? As soon as we start connecting to something that feels so great, it's on point, it's almost delicious, it's loving, it's all those things. And then somebody's like, but I got to do whatever for the next 2 weeks or 3 weeks. I'm here or there. And they're just like, man. That's what I'm saying. It feels temporary, and yet we know we're connected. It's going to rely or go through a period of relying on buildable communication, it looks to me. Okay? Which means it's not all lost. Vivid dreams. We're having vivid dreams. Somebody's having vivid dreams. That could be part of the manifestation bracket. Okay. Step up and lead. New moon in Capricorn. Okay. Full moon in Aries. Cool your emotions. Last quarter moon in Leo. Lighten up. It's going to be okay. It's going to be okay. It's going to be okay. It's going to be okay, guys. I think that you can lead the way on this in terms of knowing if this is something that you want to do. You can step up and lead, participate if you choose, cool your emotions. You know, I know this is going to feel really, really good, but for some reason there's a buildable construct attached to it and for some reason it's implying distance, even if it's temporary. Okay? So nothing to be upset about over here. But still, you get to choose your level of participation. If this is something that you wouldn't want to do, then it's not what you want to do. And I still don't know what it is. But you can lighten up. It'll be all right. Okay. Maybe somebody has to travel for work all the time. Who knows? Maybe somebody's got a family obligation elsewhere. Okay, we got 3 letters. C and C. 2 C's and a Z. C, C, Z. We have the medallion of Pisces. Some of you might have some very strong Pisces in your chart. Could be connecting to one. We have the grapes here. Someone enjoys their food. They're a foodie. They perhaps enjoy their wine as well. We have the silver lining. Yes, there's a silver lining here. I get it. And then the dragon, Aries, Leo, Sag. Some of you might have some very prominent fire in your chart, particularly Aries and Leo. Okay. All right. Saggy honey, I do hope this helped you. Put in the comments. Take care. Be well. Aries, welcome to your Sunday check-in. What's up? What's going on? Show me Aries, please. Let's see, Aries. Show me Aries. Alrighty, what's going on? The Empress. Death. 6 of Swords. My. Okay. 7 of Pentacles. Ace of Cups. 8 of Wands. To be clear, there's going to be time in here that I'm not saying because we're just doing a baseline. So I don't want anyone who's looking at this to be like, oh, this, and then that. Point 1, then point 2. There's going to be space between this. Okay? 6 of Cups. 6 of Pentacles, and the 10 of Swords. Interesting. No, that's not two endings. It's completely two different ideas. Now, what we opened up with was difficult. The Aries I'm looking at, and this, if this resonates, it's going to tell you right away if this is yours or not. There's really not going to be much confusion about it. Okay. Something's finalizing, but it's going to take a while. Okay. It almost, I don't want to say planned. I don't want to say planned. Okay. But it did, or it does look inevitable. We're probably in the stages here of clearing this up. But the Emperor's Death and Six of Swords, you know, first of all, I just want to say, if there has been loss, I'm very sorry. I think there's just some reason I can't watch online tarot anymore because I can't stand the disrespect that I often see when people refuse to point out the obvious. Life is often just pointing out the obvious and accepting it. So for those of you who experienced loss, I'm so sorry. Or you know. I'm sorry. I'll take that moment with you. Okay? It gets easier. Known or not, it just, still, it's going to hit the same way. Now, for those of you who that's not the case, it is simply the metaphor that someone who we once recognized as having status in our lives no longer has that status. Okay? And it's seen. It's not some, well, I was thinking about it. No, this is, it's done. It's wrapping up. Okay? At least for the areas I'm looking at. So, it's very decided, but time is going to pass. The Six of Swords. We are still learning to gently leave this behind in terms of acceptance. Six of Swords isn't just about moving on or moving away. It's somewhere in between. The idea is a mental acceptance of it, i.e. peace. All right? And that kind of transition can take time. You know, for some people it's weeks, months, seasons, perhaps years. I never know. But this is reaching its natural conclusion. All right? But we don't want to rush the process. And I'm glad to see the acceptance piece is here. That gives me confidence about your next phase. Let's talk about your next phase. Okay? Seven of Pentacles, Ace of Cups, Eight of Wands. You know, it's a matter of time. It's a matter of time. And it is a matter of time. And it's going to be slow building too. There's already a sense of familiar soil here for some of you, if you will. A Seven of Pentacles. It's not stagnation in this respect. It's tending a garden for which you are familiar with, i.e. love. Being open to love. New love, it seems. Possibly renewed. And I have to put that in there because of what I'm seeing on the bottom line. So hold on. We'll get to that. But Seven of Pentacles suggests, okay, let's start growing this. But slowly, carefully, because we want success with whatever this is. You're saying you don't want to rush your heart, but you indeed want to start experiencing love again. Okay? So what you're showing me then is healthy recovery from wherever you came from. And the Eight of Wands, we're talking. We're talking to someone for love, or the name of love. And it feels right. Otherwise, I don't think you'd be taking the time to explore it. Or never mind, give it the idea of consideration of your time, energy, and effort this carefully. It looks just right. And it feels just right. So I know I give the Seven of Pentacles a hard time, but in this position, it actually makes perfect sense. And there's something about it that feels comfortable, but open and exploratory at the same time. Which, again, I was getting that element of familiarity, so let's talk about that. Six of Cups, the Six of Pentacles, the Ten of Swords. We are actively coming to terms and making peace with some sort of soul bond. To be clear, it is not that. It is separate. It is not two endings. It is two people literally working through old issues. This is a soul bond whom we know, we are familiar with. We've exchanged with them many times in a way that we would consider balanced, but ultimately there was some pain behind it. These two folks are going to carefully pick their way through the reeds in what is a kind of carefully returned effort on both sides. It is done so in love, and that's what these two figures seem to be keeping in mind. There's a big difference between Ten of Swords ending and Ten of Swords people working through the pain. And I see a balanced, contributed effort, both spiritually and emotionally, as well as in the 3D practical, that says we're going to do exactly that. And I think that's why you're showing me a careful feature here, but also that sense of familiarity. It feels good to speak and act through the heart. And it looks like it's being shared with somebody who has a similar interest or point of view being returned. Okay? I know you know this person. It could be that this ending is what is being discussed between you two, and they're helping you through it. There's that as well. But since it's a soul bond, there's a good chance that you two have perhaps your own business to attend to, or it could be that they are lending you beautiful support, and it's making your heart feel safe because of this ending. I strongly suspect it's a little bit of both. Okay? I strongly suspect it's a little bit of both. Let's get some advice for you. Let's get some advice, please, for Aries. I hope that that opening's not too hard for you guys. I hate it. I hate it so much when I see something like that and no one takes the time to say, if you experience loss, I'm sorry. I hate that. And still, things like separation and divorce, it's still loss, it's still grief. Grief is still involved. So does it matter? Don't be disrespectful. If it's there, say it, you know? Let's get some advice, please. Let's get some advice, please. Ten of Pentacles. Three of Wands. Yeah. Your advice is reflecting what you're doing, okay? It's important for the areas I'm looking at to consider your foundation, okay? And whatever it is that you next do. This is important to you. There's something about strength in that new opportunity. Waiting, knowing it's correct for you, hoping for that new opportunity was correct for you. You not second-guessing yourself at all. You knew it. You knew it was a matter of time. So I'm saying this is stretched out. It looks easy, but it's not. This is stretched out. There's something in that sense of this being finalized. You already knew to look outwards. Okay. To strengthening who you are, to restabilizing, in that you knew and had hope for something strong for yourself once more. New beginnings. For many of you, it gave you a sense of strength, knowing that you could and that it was an eventuality. Everything's eventual. So you look towards hope, you look towards strength, stability, and foundation, and doing the right things for you in the long term. Your advice is reflecting what you already are showing me that you're trying to live through, or that you will eventually. Okay? It was for you. That new opportunity, new beginning was intended for you, and it will very much lend to who you are. Okay? And congratulations are in order for some of you. It's not just an opportunity and a love connection. For some of you, we're also looking at new careers in time as well, new opportunities. Okay? All right. New moon in Gemini. Think it through. All right? Oh, I believe you have done. I believe you have done. Okay? Some of you simply have some Gemini in your chart. Secret admirer, not so secret. Not so secret. That's just another way of saying we kind of have an idea of who that connection is, which would be that Six of Cups. It's not so secret, though. We kind of know. Attraction, it reminds me of something I used to say, all Mars all the time, just because of all my placements. I have a lot of Mars energy. So it's like, that's you. That's you through and through, you know? That's you. Some of you simply, Aries is your Mars, and for others of you, it's just that sense of the fiery component that you are so well known for, that attraction, striking while the iron is hot. But a strong sense of Mars influence in here today. Yeah. Yeah. It's beautiful. Of course, as we know, Mars rules your sign. But some of you, it is direct placement. There it is again, chemistry, passion. Oh, yes. You know what's so odd is that you're, not odd, but you're showing me such a level of stability and diligence and slowly building into this because it feels correct. And I strongly believe this person helps lend to your healing. Well, I'm sure you two have your own particular issues between you two. They're going to help with the healing piece. But underneath all this and this lovely soul bond and that willingness to open the heart and talk and communicate, there's a wealth of heat between you two. So that's what I'm saying. It's not quite so secret. But we're putting that sense of stability and building in love first and foremost. And I believe under that is probably a hotbed of passion and attraction and all that. It's just not at the forefront. That's not the priority. But it's in there. It's a wealth of energy. Oh my goodness, yes. Okay. We have the letters H. We have the medallion of Libra. Some of you might have some very strong Libra in your chart. Others of you can be connecting. We have the big heart here. Okay. Love from the heart. The big heart. I know. I've seen it. We have the great white shark, but in reverse. Scorpio energy, but also that sense this is not a pursual thing, as in survival or power to seek or destroy. It's not like that. Okay. The busy bee, we have the bee, you know, I can see that you put a lot of faith, and as one should, into the 3D, into the real world. Okay, we keep ourselves very busy here. And then we have a lightning bolt moment. You can call it the tower if you must, but then there's that sense of strong enlightenment, attraction, striking. I think I said striking while the iron is hot. Something like that. Okay. It's just a lightning bolt moment. Lightning in a bottle. You caught it once. Can you catch it twice? I don't know. I hope this helped you. Put it in the comments. Take care. Be well. Aquarius, welcome to your Sunday check-in. What's up? What's going on? Show me Aquarius. Show me Aquarius, please. What's going on? Show me Aquarius. Alrighty. Strength. Ace of Swords. Four of Cups. Okay. Okay, Three of Cups, the High Priestess, and the Two of Pentacles. Okay, Ten of Swords, the Nine of Pentacles, and the Sun. All right. You know, you're showing me strength of will to accept something you don't understand, and that's no easy thing. So, you know, it's admirable. It's admirable. Some people get so caught up in I need to know, and they'll never know, and they feel tormented for the rest of their natural lives. Sometimes you really have to challenge yourself to accept what you just don't understand. And that acceptance, by the way, might be a short period or a long period, but it's one of the most challenging things you can do when you have no other information or insight. Sometimes it's just strength to say, you know what, this sucks. I have no new information and I still feel badly about it. Perhaps just leave it alone. There's the Eight of Swords and the Four of Cups is going to get us nowhere, you know. It doesn't help. It doesn't help. I'm upset and there's nothing I can do about it. I can't see anything differently. 8 of Swords. You know what? Strength. Strength to push past it, or just tell myself it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. And you know what? If you really needed to know, you would know. But you don't. Whatever that is, whatever that confusion is, whatever that upsetness is, you were no wiser for wear. So you had to pull out strength to allow yourself to push past it. It may not always be like that. You might have more information later, which I strongly suspect is the case. But for now, I agree with you. Sometimes you need strength to leave something alone instead of to keep pursuing it endlessly with no new results, because that's how we make ourselves crazy. And that's no good. And I know that it's easier said than done for you, honey. I know that. You have such a power drive behind you to understand things at the micro level, at the macro level. And it's going to be one of your Achilles heels, honey. You know, all signs have pros and cons. To accept simply what you're not allowed to know, at least not at this time. So I don't blame you for using strength to push it all away. I'm not saying ignoring your thoughts. I'm not saying you're ignoring your feelings. I'm saying it's just no good for you to continue to prompt what you have no reasonable conclusions on. So yeah, strength to push it away. Sometimes you just can't keep picking at a scab, you know. You shouldn't. One of the best ways to let something heal is to just say, there's nothing I can do about it. Let's move on. 3 of Cups, the High Priestess, the 2 of Pentacles. Now that's interesting. Not too far from now, your intuition starts kicking off a little bit. Like, what's going on? What's going on, Aquarius? What's going on? Because intuitively, something's driving you a little bit bonkers in that respect. Intuitively, not on a knowledge base, but an intuitive side of things. You feel like some sort of connection is right around the corner from you, but you don't know what it looks like. 2 of Pentacles, it's not showing up right away in the 3D. I don't know why. But you have this feeling, one of those tricky feelings, something's going to be connecting to you soon, and you don't know what it means. You don't know what shape it's going to take, and that's driving you, again, a little bit more on the bonkers side. It's like, it was already hard enough to push this aside and say, I don't know, and I'm never gonna. And now you got something pinging your radar. It's like, Aquarius, pay attention to this. Why do we feel like this? Why do we feel like something's going to happen? And it's low. It's not like a high activity thing, like the Tower or some crashing insight. It's a 3 of Cups type thing. To connect, to reconnect. And you're like, but what shape is it going to take? What does it look like? I don't know. 2 of Pentacles again. So it's, for some reason, your need to know about things and you don't have instant answers is keep pushing back on you recently. I don't know why, but just listen to your intuition. It'll guide you appropriately. It seems that you have an idea you'll be connecting to something. You just don't seem to know when, the details. Okay, that's going to fill in, and I see it. 10 of Swords, the 9 of Pentacles, the Sun. What looks like a painful subject, you will be recovering from pretty soon. 9 of Pentacles, the Sun. I see happier days for you. You are standing on your own 2 feet as an individual who is experienced, you know, and that you're kind of a tough cookie. All right? I just know you're going to feel better about a topic that has been sore. It's 10 of Swords. You're right. I don't know what it is that you connect to. Neither do you. But you have a feeling that it's coming up. And then things are going to start to make sense for you. Because it's almost like the universe up here on your top line is saying, yeah, we know nothing makes sense to you right now, Aquarius. That's on purpose. You won't have the fullness of effect until later when you find yourself standing on your own and very happy and recovered, it looks like, from a 10 of Swords. Things will start to make more sense for you soon. Okay, so and then, until then, continue to abide by your intuition and use strength to push that past that which you don't know. And say, you know what, I'm open to the pathway that's right for me. Because apparently there is one. Okay? And I'm sorry it's so vague, but sometimes that which we're challenged on the most is what we need to learn the most. You know? That whatever it is that plagues you and frustrates you now It doesn't make sense now, but it will later. Let's get some advice, please. I know it's terribly generic. Sometimes that's tarot for you, and that's also the spiritual realm for you. Let's get some advice, please. Six of Cups, Three of Pentacles. Okay, I got some sort of helper connection here. The Page of Wands opening up relatively soon. Nine of Wands. That's where the frustration's coming from. Okay, this is where this is as much detail as I'm going to get. This is where the frustration's coming from. You do sense a connectivity right around the corner, and it is with somebody you know. We'll call them a friend for now, but it's a friend you've known for a long time. Or someone whom you've known for a long time. I don't know what your last label or operating outfit was with this person. You would know best. But that's where the frustration's coming from. It's almost like in your spiritual point of view, connection is imminent, but you don't seem to know with who and when. When it's time to open up towards this, you will know almost right away. And they come across as very much a strong helper function, helper friend, collaborative, friendly, cooperative. We have many memories with this person. They'll be the right influence at the right time. I think it's frustrating for you because you honestly haven't connected to this in a long time, and you have no reason to perhaps expect the energy, but it's coming. It's coming through. The details will fall into place, and that's when things are going to start getting into motion. They're going to help you with this Ten of Swords and this, I don't know what the hell's going on, and I have no new insight, and I don't feel any better about it. This person's going to help pull you out of that. Okay? Particularly, they're going to help you remember who you are. And that's when you shine bright once more. So again, it's the right influence at the right time. Okay? That's all I can really tell you. Self-sabotage. I think that's where you were headed, and I think you caught on to it and you made yourself stop. Because that thing, this is a celebration, it's the divine feminine. There it is again. I think some of you might consider, if you want to use that language of divine feminine, you can just take the word feminine if you wish. But the divine piece says someone of empress status or someone who's highly intuitive. You showed them in the high priestess, so there you go. Some of you might identify as the divine feminine, or you could be a male who's very much into your intuitive state, which would be called the feminine flow state. There it is. And there's the celebration effect. But here, prior to that, I see the self-sabotage. And this is where I see people self-sabotage all the time. I need to know, I need to know, I need to know. And that's why the universe is going to tell you diddly squat. Because you keep saying you need this, and you don't actually. And until you learn that, you're not going to get the influence and or help that you need. You have to stop picking the wound or the scab and saying, I need to know. See, I'm going to self-inflict pain until you tell me what I want. The universe don't play games like that. They don't play chicken. Okay? Until you learn how it is that you are self-sabotaging, counter-correct it, or just stop participating, that's when we start to see an influence. And that's why I like that you may not know how or why you whipped out strength necessarily. It could have been as simple as, you know what, I'm tired of this. I'm tired of this. I don't want to keep thinking these same useless thoughts or feeling the same useless feelings. I have no resolve on this. Just push it away. Fine. You treat that as a temporary thing until we have something that comes in as a more permanent help you solution. Okay? I think you cottoned on to this, though. Good job. Good job. Good job. And that is absolutely a road to self-sabotage. You know, in some people's insistence, I have to know, they will actually create more chaos in order to trigger a response to try to heal that wound when they just need to let time pass. Okay? And accept the very thing that they're refusing to accept. So, I'm glad that you figured it out. Go for it. New moon in Aries. When it's time, it's time. Okay? When it's time, it's time. You'll know when. Focus on the positive. New moon and Sagittarius. Both of these are fire placements. Some of you might have some very strong fire in your chart, particularly Sag as well as Aries. But yeah, there you go. All right. Focus on the positive. Oh, so many letters this time. 2 O's. So OOWKT. We have the zombie effect. Oh no. There's a sense of drudgery, doing the same thing day in, day out. No improvement, no change. And here you are with the star. That's your symbol, honey. I know that some of you have absolutely been feeling this way. And that's, again, that sense of self-sabotage. I can't feel better. And it's going to create a zombie-like state for anybody. I'm glad you stopped participating in that. The tree of life. Don't get me wrong. You have answers. You're just not going to get them the way you've been going about it, right? So strength, leave it alone. The tree of life, the 10 of Pentacles, roots run deep here. I know your environment's important to you. Someone who's part of your foundation is going to lend some support soon. Okay? All right. I hope this helped you. Put it in the comments. Take care. Be well. Gemini, welcome to your Sunday check-in. What's up? What's going on? Show me Gemini, please. What's going on for Gemini? Very good. Seven of Cups, the Hermit, the Moon. Very private, that is. Knight of Swords, Ace of Swords, and the Nine of Wands. Okay. Page of Swords, the Magician, and the Devil. Okay. All right. I see you're trying to make progress in a difficult issue, but it's very private to you. So I respect that you're trying to work through some difficult feelings, but I strongly suspect because you're doing it privately, you're not making the progress that you want with the Moon. The Hermit's trying to do his job, but since whatever it is you're keeping under the Moon, okay, the secrets, the nighttime thoughts, okay, whatever that's under there, illusions, delusions, fantasy, all of it, any of it, you are trying to work through it, but it's so quiet. The Hermit's, like I said, having a hard time doing this job. So think of it this way, what I'm saying here. Let's say you have a lot of homework to catch up to. You're gonna get through that homework. Well, it doesn't help if you don't have a light source. Because now you're trying to read this ancient old text written I don't know how long ago in a not easy to understand script or language, and you have no light source, no candle, no nothing. That's kind of the assignment here. So what you're getting back on the feedback is a corrupted view of the very stuff you're trying to learn about. In other words, you're not getting the full picture of it. Okay? So that Hermit, he can only do so much under the Moon. So when we investigate parts of ourselves like this, they really need to come out of the Moon. In other words, you openly acknowledge what it is you're trying to understand. You can openly acknowledge it with yourself first and foremost. I very much want to understand some difficult, complex, or all-over-the-road emotions. I really need to understand these things. But I'm not going to fully admit to myself that I'm trying to do that. So again, it's not an accusation. Don't take it as one. I read what's here, not what isn't. Okay? And I can see that you're struggling. Part of you is interested in learning what's in there, particularly the consolidation of difficult feelings, fragmented feelings. But you're going to get mixed results because you're not fully addressing to yourself that you're doing this. Okay, this is why we can't keep secrets to ourselves. I understand and respect the fact that we withdraw things when we talk to other people, but with ourselves we should have no mystery. Because then we create room for more illusion and self-sabotage and self-doubt if we can't fully address our own stuff. Okay? So I respect the process. You respect it too. Give yourself, you know what? This is one particular thing I've been feeling, and it's not easy. It confuses me. I want to address it, but it makes me uncomfortable. Okay, start there. That's an honest dialogue between you and you. Okay? And you're struggling. I can see that you're struggling. The Knight of Swords, the Ace of Swords, and the Nine of Wands. There's a truth in here that's so deep, baby. There's, bless you, I see you trying to act on what you're learning, but you're struggling because there's a core truth here that's still being resisted. All right. Nine of Wands and the Ace of Swords. And this is your own particular truth, honey. No one can identify that but you. All right? Now, don't get me wrong. You can get strong reflections from other people. Information, opinions, facts. But the fact of the matter is you have to discover what your own truth is. And I see you trying to. But the main issue continues to be ignored and or blocked. It's like, I know it's in here somewhere. I know it's in here somewhere, but it's right here. You have a core truth here. And this is what's frustrating, is because I know you're invested, but you're partially invested. We need to invest more into yourself. Because I hate this. I hate it when people are showing me action, expecting a result, and they're not. In fact, the results are getting more and more elusive and difficult to understand. You are like a dog chasing its tail here. It's right there, but you can't grasp it. And even if you did, you're going in a circle. Okay? And then I got Page of Swords, the Magician, the Devil. That's not the best manifestation at all. It's not. It's a saying, I want something and I'm not fully recognizing it, and the devil's attached to it. So, please be careful with that. It's so small. There's a good chance that you're not aware you're doing it. But based on the information you are getting, it's coming back poorly. Like I said, you're trying to read an ancient old script in another language with absolutely no light. So what you are receiving then in terms of an answer or the quality of the script is being interpreted as, I should want this. Or I should maybe do this. Or I maybe should do that. And let me be clear, these two together, they make a powerful but manipulative team. Okay? And the Magician and the Devil. And it doesn't seem like a big deal. But it's speaking back to a place in you that says, I'm not taking it seriously. I don't actually want that. I mean, there's no way that could happen anyway. It's ridiculous to even think about it. So ridiculous I can't take it seriously. And then it's like it goes back to square one of what's under your moon. There's something in there you very much desire. But until you get more confrontational of what that is, what it means, the history of it, learning from it, we accept it as truth instead of blocking it. The output is going to continue to be small and possibly unhealthy. Let's just cut to the chase. What's in you that you very much desire but you won't admit it to yourself? You think it's just a matter of soothing some difficult emotions and it's no big deal. It runs much deeper than that. It's something you desire so very, very deeply. You can't whisper it even to yourself. Okay. You seem to think, I've got a cup that's a little wonky. You know, maybe it needs a little attention. It's just a little bit of soothing. Yeah, it's nothing. Meanwhile, here's the truth, and you're chasing it, but you're ignoring it at the same time. Once more, I'm not picking on you. It's you as the viewer to understand if this is your reading or not. If it's not, cool, check your placements. If it is yours, you'll know. Okay. The advice still stands. Speaking of which, is to be more honest with yourself. There's something here you deeply desire, but you associate it with negativity. I'm not supposed to, or you understand that it's not good for you, or you're not something like that. Be honest about it. That's it. Be direct with yourself, and then you'll make more progress. I promise. Okay. I don't want you to feel bad about what you desire. It comes across the little Page of Swords. Don't take it seriously. It's no big deal. It is a big deal. It's kind of like saying, You know what? It's a little bit of a pizza addiction when really it's an ice cream. You know, it's trying to minimize one thing by highlighting another, but not really getting to the point. You have an idea, right, that there's an addiction in there, but we're pointing it at the wrong one. It's like, right, I'll attack that pizza instead of the ice cream. Pizza wasn't really the issue. It was the ice cream. But we can't admit to ourselves how deeply addicted and how much we desire that ice cream. So we focus on the pizza, right? Can you imagine that? That's what that ancient text is trying to tell you without candlelight. You're focusing on pizza when you should be focusing on ice cream. You see what I'm saying? Oh my goodness. Let's get some advice for you. The High Priestess. The Nine of Swords. Okay, we're going to try this again. So far, High Priestess, Nine of Swords. The stress of your mind is not allowing you to listen to yourself. The anxieties that creep up on you, they grip you, they overtake you. Ten of Pentacles, the foundation. What about it? King of Cups, the devil. Ay, ay, ay. We have an insecurity, a very strong sense of insecurity of love tied to the foundation. Okay. There's that devil again. An old fella. King of Cups, the Ten of Pentacles. Our thoughts are screaming. Our intuition tries to speak, but our thoughts are screaming, and you can't hear yourself properly. There's something you very much deeply desire for your foundation. It's the source of your devil. There's a sense of, which one ails you, honey? Which one's missing? Okay, one of these is missing. One of these is missing. A sense of security. Okay, foundation. It's not perfect. It's not strong enough. I'm not financially wealthy enough. Okay? And I deeply desire this. To the point that it keeps me up at night, even though I'm probably doing okay. But there's parts of it that make me deeply insecure and I can't address it. And I wish and want for so much more. Or is this the component that's missing? This might be in place. But perhaps we're missing this. A deep sense of love alongside our sense of 3D stability. We want love badly to match with this. But one of these components is a source of security. One of them is a source of insecurity. You either have this and we're wanting this, or it's the other way around. The part of you that says, one of these is pizza, one of these is ice cream. And we're focusing on the pizza. That we keep a small but lustful eye on that which we deeply desire, but also say it's not the issue. Wanting more stability in your life, more finance, whatever. It's not a bad thing. Deeply desiring love in its fullest form is not a bad thing. Like all things in tarot, it depends on what we do with it. If you take something beautiful and you covet it, at the same time reject it and minimize it, you're going to create problems for yourself. So I'm saying create a dialogue between you and you about what you really want. And why are we taking it to a bad place? Because it speaks back to what it is you actually want. Then why are we suppressing it? Why aren't we acknowledging it? Have that conversation between you and you. You might be surprised where it takes you. Or perhaps that's why you know it's going to take you and you don't want to fully address it. Curious. Regrets. We have regrets here. I see. detours, fate, divine intervention? Did you take a path in this life in which perhaps you had done the other way? Focused on stability, control, that which you could have, foundation, contacts, career, community. It's perfectly good things. Or did you focus on love? We have regret. Oh, yes, the crossroads in this life. What you chose wasn't wrong. Perhaps it just speaks back to what you have yet to achieve. Okay. There's no backtracking, guys. But who's to say you can't aim yourself towards that which you feel is missing? It doesn't have to go to a moon place. It doesn't have to go to a devil place. So let's create that dialogue for yourself so you can find more of a solution. Instead of acting like, oh, this is it, that's all it is. No, there's more to it than that. Life is full of choices, forks in the road. You know, be glad that you made choices. A lot of people don't get them. And you still have more choices yet to make. The conflict in your energy suggests that you do. Okay, first quarter moon in Cancer. Push through any insecurity. Okay. Some of you might have some very strong Cancer in your chart, by the way. And then also Aries, last quarter moon in Aries. Work through your feelings. You're worthy of this project, honey. You're worthy of this assignment. You have to see yourself as the ultimate investment. You can't stop investing in you. Particularly where we feel limited is where we need to understand ourselves the most. Okay? It's not like going to the gym, what I'm talking about. This takes a lot of work and a willingness to look at thyself in all the hardest ways. But these absolutely speak back to what we're discussing. Work through your feelings and push through any insecurities. All right? You make yourself stronger by addressing these things first with yourself, not weaker. They make you stronger. And if you think, no, all it's going to do, that discussion, Christina, all that discussion is going to do is put me into a place of regret, only if you do nothing with it. If you don't learn from it, then you're always going to have that space of regret. What are we doing here? What is this? You're trying to feel your way around that chasm, those gaps of regret. That's what the Hermit's trying to do. Those options not taken, everything. Let him do his job. And you will see how things take shape and how they could still do. All right. We have the letter P, X. Those may or may not mean anything to you. The gecko, Aries, Leo, Sag, and then also confirmation simply of a gecko or a lizard. We have the spatula here. Someone likes to cook. That's their profession, their hobby, or frankly, perhaps you're just cooking something right now. Silver lining in all things. Yes, I agree. The anchor here, that sense of stability. Okay. Feeling secure or stuckness. Which one is which is up to you. And we have the maple leaf, associated, of course, with Canada, but the maple leaf, or the turning of the leaves, and then the indication, of course, of fall. All right, Gemini, honey, I do hope this helped you. I'm sure yours went on for some time. I think it's worth it, though. I like to explore these more delicate, spiritually delicate, is what I would call them, readings, you know. But I do hope it helped you at the end of the day. And once more, this one's either very much yours or very much is not. It's up to you. Put it in the comments. Take care. Be well. Libra, welcome to your Sunday check-in. What's up? What's going on? And of course, once more, happy, very early birthday to you. What's up? Show me Libra. Show me Libra, please. What's going on? Show me Libra. Very good. The Fool, the Empress, Seven of Swords. Why does that keep popping up for everybody? Like a sore thumb, that Seven of Swords keeps showing up. Okay. Anyway, Queen of Wands, the King of Pentacles, and the Five of Swords. Yeah, you're not the only one then. Okay, I got two people more or less playing the same game. Except it's not a game. It's more like a how can the both of us continue to ignore the same subject kind of game. Okay, the Hanged Man, Three of Pentacles, the Star. That's better. That's a lot better. Okay, I was ready to say this needs to go somewhere. You're showing me I'm here, but not, you know. You're saying that you're empowered. You're saying you're open to taking a risk. You're saying you're open to take a chance, but Seven of Swords cuts that in half and says, not really. You know, you're like, it's kind of like a contradiction right there. I am open. I'm the fool. I'm generous. I'm loving. Just Seven of Swords. So I'll show up, but not all of me. Not all the full weight of my thoughts, right? It's like I only say so much, but I'm here. Just not all of me is here. Present and accounted for in terms of the full weight of your thoughts, specifically your thoughts with the Seven of Swords. So you're showing me a lot of power energy, that you're cool, that you're empowered, and that you're willing to take risks. But it's like, just not with this situation. I'm not going to say everything I'm thinking. So I have someone else who's responding likewise. So it's kind of tit for tat right here. Queen of Wands, King of Pentacles, the Five of Swords. Someone who knows better. Someone who knows better. And technically speaking, you both do. There's definitely another person here, obviously. So reverse those energies as you see fit. Someone who knows better, just like you do. Practically speaking, they got the skills. They have the energy too with the Queen of Wands. And it's almost like they're saying, I'm down, I'm game. But if you withhold your thoughts, I'm going to as well. And it's a form of self-sabotage. Okay. Yours is like self-sabotage light. Theirs runs a couple shades deeper, but really the Five and Seven of Swords are trying to play off each other. That's all this is. So it's like if I withhold parts of myself, it's because they're doing it. And that person's like, well, I'm doing it because Libra's doing it. You're not sharing all your thoughts with me. Why should I with you? And it's looking like these two characters both know better by all rights, because you're showing me a certain level of power and so are they. You're showing me a certain level of I can do, and I'm expected to do certain things and fulfill a particular role. Well, so are they. So you're both showing me a certain level of status. Okay? Energetic function and how well you think of yourselves, but when it comes to talking to each other openly, we're not so good. Okay? So if you do it, they're going to do it. And if they're doing it, you're doing it too. So no change plus no change equals no change. So here's the thing. I don't know what separates between what's going on up here and the bottom row. I just know it involves some matter of perspective or timeout or delay. After much due consideration of you're like, well, I am who I am, just I edit parts of myself. You never really know me. And they're like, yeah, same. Okay. However long that takes or however long that played out for, I don't know. But the Hanged Man, it's looking like whatever this is, both people had time out to reflect on this. I'm presenting the best of myself, but not really. Them too. You both had a time out. To think. To reflect. It's funny because I got two people here. It's almost like you're playing mirror with each other. Well, here's the best of me, and you can see it. And they're like, ditto. Here's the best of me, and you can see it. Just not my thoughts. Okay, me neither. But let's continue to mirror each other and like, oh, this is me, and oh, this is you, and this is me, and that, but without the full benefit of one's thoughts. You see what I'm saying? It's very formal here, very formal presentation. See the best in me, I see the best in you, but not the real me, not my real thoughts. See what I'm saying? It's difficult because I don't have any 3D energy grounding this. All I see is this timeout for the both of you to have a darn good think. And then finally I see something that suggests reality. Three of Pentacles. The Star. That's a little bit more of an authentic effort here to connect in a higher purpose. So the Three of Pentacles is some level of cooperation. You can call it friendship if you must. It's a very generic term for what is essentially, I put something into this and you do too. That's why it's considered cooperative. Okay? Effort, time, energy, and effort in the simplest of ways where two people can equally see what the other person's contributing in real life to understand if they have something to work with here. So that's why the Three of Pentacles, I say it's like a springboard. You start there and you see where it takes you. It jumps out. Okay? It can develop into a 6. It can go into a 6 of Cups. Okay? That kind of thing. But it's more or less agreeing where two people stand to cooperate, to build something together. So this could be friends, co-workers, a relationship. You have with a family member, a potential partner. It starts here. You don't know until you start here. And that's what, after much consideration, these two people have decided to open up and trust each other a little more instead of just how they're presenting to each other like a mirror. I just want you to see the best of me. This is how I got dressed today, with my crown. But not my real thoughts. So it's looking like we have more of an authentic effort here between you two in future. After, mind you, some time has passed. For you both to reflect. It's a lot more... It's better. It's better. Let's put it that way. This is a little more authentic, a little more honest, a little more naked, as the star would suggest. Because that's the thing about the star. It has to be bold to be seen. So a little more honest. Okay. These two people got the goods. They made that very clear. I got the goods. Well, I got the goods too. Just not my real thoughts as a human being. You know. There's a little bit of peacocking on both sides, I think. But in the best way. It's like, it's not just peacocking as in flashing like heat with the King and Queen of Wands. That's here, don't get me wrong. But it was also like, look how respectable I am. And look how well thought of I am. Look how in charge I am. Cool. Me too. So, there you go. Time out. And I'll take a little bit more of the, this is who I really am as a person. Is that cool with you? And the other person's, oh, thank God, me too. Turns out, you know, I burp and say stupid things, and you trip all the time, and you also say stupid things. It turns out we're human. Oh, cool. We have that in common. Okay. What are you stupid at? Well, this is what I'm stupid at. See, I don't always wear a crown. Okay. Sometimes I'm wearing like really torn up, sweaty, nasty 5-year-old sweatpants or something. And it's like, oh, cool. I have t-shirts with like holes in it from the 80s. Oh, okay. So we can both be slobs now. Cool. It's something done. You see what I'm saying? It's going from something that's very formal with the idea of this is me. But it's not. Okay? So it's nice to see that you two are showing more of your human selves. This is who I really am. You know, hi, my name's Christina. For some reason, I show up 10 minutes early to everything. I don't know why, but it annoys people. And some people say I have horrible taste in movies. Oh, this is who you really are. Okay, well, you have not great taste in music and you're kind of clumsy. Cool. You see what I'm saying? It feels a lot better. It feels a lot more relaxed and frankly, just a little bit more honest on both sides. So that's cool. We're going to take that and we're going to run with it. Let's get some advice, please. Let's get some advice, please. Let's get some advice, please. When that happens, don't know. It's just a little bit further out. 5 of Pentacles. There's a break here. Yeah. 9 of Swords. Stress. King of Cups. The Page of Wands. Yeah. We, the both of you in some way have been stressed about a break. Okay. Like I said, there was clearly a period where you both had time out to think about it, where everything was in suspension. And it's been on our mind, and that break has been in our mind and in our hearts, but there will be an opening of the heart space into something much richer and fuller with the King of Cups there, okay? So it's looking like you two find a way to level off. And somebody, and these two folks, there's been some watching in the interim of that break, of course. You know, But it's looking like we're going to try to reconcile differences and actually meet as two people who have real flaws, and they also have real things in common too. Isn't that lovely? Isn't that nice? It's like, can we drop the bullshit now? Let's connect by all means, but can we drop the bullshit? You know, this is... and just talk like two people can talk. Yeah, that's it really. I hope that helped you. I thought it was interesting. But it's hard to tell because so formal, so formal. But you both have a tendency to edit your thoughts. Abundance is near. Stay present and be abundant and stay in the gratitude of the now. Excuse me. Let's just run it. Abundance is here twice. So there is wealth to be had in this. I think you're both abundant. In terms of that respectability and the roles that you play in your lives, I can see that. You're both well thought of. Okay. I think you both have reason to stay in the present and you both have reason to show gratitude. But for some reason, you two had a hard time showing your more human selves to each other. Ace of Swords, truth. Of course, there you are, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. I do think a certain level of status is attached to you both, particularly responsibility. Confusion, illusions, that's what I'm saying, the rose-colored glasses. You two just wanted to see the best of each other or show off the best of each other, but not your actual human side. And I think this is where the faults lie, okay? And for some of you, straight up, Libra is your Neptune placement. But, yeah, there was the truth and the illusion of it, okay? I think you're both respectable people at the end of the day, but you both have flaws like everyone does. Share the full weight of your thoughts, okay? All right. Charms, yes, of course. All right. Oh. We have the letter G. We have the, okay, over here, Medallion of Taurus, the incentivizer. Some of you might have some very strong Taurus in your chart. Could be connecting to one. We have the heart with the nurse's cap. We're trying to heal this situation. Yes, of course. And then we have the charm of Pisces here, the seahorse specifically. Of course, the seahorse is the one tasked with carrying the babies. So obviously this is that sense of emotional fragility. We have a wealth of emotions, but we keep them close to us and it creates pressure. Okay. Oh, and we missed this one. Almost. Let's see. That is the Medallion of Cancer. In the reverse, the keyword here being imaginative. Very good. Okay. You guys, I hope this helped you. Put it in the comments. Take care. Be well. Taurus, welcome to your Sunday check-in. What's up? What's going on? Show me Taurus, please. Show me Taurus. What's going on for Taurus? Okay. The Fool. Judgment. The Sun. Yeah, why not? Let's throw down 3 majors. Let's have fun with that. Oh, boy. Yay. 4 of Pentacles, the Queen of Cups, and the Ace of Swords. Okay. 9 of Cups, the 6 of Wands, and Strength. Good job. Yay. No, I like this. The Fool, Judgment, the Sun. Isn't that beautiful? What a blast. What a spiritual blast, too. It's, but it's so much... It's a sound and a feeling simultaneously that says we are open to adventure. We're open to life. By God, let's do this. Let's live under the sun. I know my calling in this life. I know judgment. I know how to listen. I'm dialing that in, and it feels good. What I'm being told feels good. How I'm listening to myself, it feels good. And you're receiving all sorts of judgment calls, and hey, Taurus here, hey, Taurus there, hey, Taurus just about everywhere. Open up. Take a chance. Live under the sun. Be happy. This is your time. Do it. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. And so not only are you getting hit with judgment, you're dialing it in too. You want to. You want to listen to this. You're trying to heed the call. And it just feels good to have these blasts that just, energetically, it just puts an extra spring in your step, if you will. But it's more like a spiritual thing that radiates from the inside out. There's something in you that you want to blast open towards, and it feels like it's time. It just feels like it's time. You know, and it's so beautiful. It's that kind of thing people wish they could bottle that up and sell it so that they could buy it and drink it. And you have the formula. And you have the formula. It's beautiful. It's just your time. May you heed that call, honey, because you've got things awaiting you. You're just opening up, you're blossoming, you're absolutely gorgeous. I love that for you. This is beautiful. Four of Pentacles, the Queen of Cups, Ace of Swords. Now here we have some realistic truth. And you're showing me an internal process of something that you know and that you are familiar with in your heart. There's something here that you've held on to. This is knowledge. This is open knowledge for you, Ace of Swords. And you're showing me the acceptance of it. There is some sort of feeling here, a strong feeling. All right, that we've held on to. And it's softer. Okay, it's intuitive, it's soft. And it's in that very simple respect of I feel what I feel. And there's something here for which you seem to be comfortable articulating, at least in your mind, with the Ace of Swords as being your particular truth about your feelings and what you've been holding on to and why. Okay? You seem to be comfortable with it. You're not denying it. Okay? You're showing me there's a softness in my heart that I've come to terms with, and I understand why I've been holding on to it. Okay? So I like that. It's a beautiful sort of mental acceptance. And when we lean into that kind of thing of acceptance of lingering thoughts and feelings and what we're holding on to and why we're working with it, there are benefits to that. Such as, what do we do with it? What do we do with that thought and feeling now that it's there and we understand it, we recognize it? It's kind of freed you in many respects to feel a certain level of readiness. Okay. So do something with this. Right? You know what you know, you feel what you feel. And you're saying you've held on to a thought and a feeling for a while, and you know what to do with it now, so do it. Take it and run with it. It's gorgeous. Nine of Cups, Six of Wands, Strength. What's not there to like, honey? Go on then. Go on then. Nine of Cups, Six of Wands, and the strength of your bad self. Go, go, go. Go frolic, honey, in the hills. Go frolic in the fields, whatever it is, wherever you frolic, go. This is great. Nine of Cups, Six of Wands, Strength. Hell yes. Yes, it's going to put anyone in their good spirit. Hell yeah, that is. And it's the kind of strength you don't need strength to resist. It's the strength in that respect of I feel strong. And so you should, because you feel good. You feel over the odds, over the top good. It's that kind where you catch yourself smiling. You might look like a fool, but hey, you're a happy fool, right? So it's like, what's up with that, Taurus? They're smiling a lot these days. Hell yeah, you are. Nine of Cups, the Six of Wands. I love it. I love it. I love it the way that you do, because you're like, I'm loving myself right now. That's the definition of feeling oneself. You are feeling yourself. So it's great. I love it. Your sense of wish fulfillment is on point. How you view your sense of self and victory and accomplishment is on point. It's not too high. It's not too low. I mean, you feel good about you. And it gives you strength of will and resolve to get out there, to feel good. I don't know what you're doing, honey. I just know that you're opening up towards it beautifully. And the only clue I have are the ones that you gave me. And that in that respect of, this is what I know. This is what I feel, and this is why I've been holding on to it, and I'm going to do something with it now. Yeah, you are. So what's got you on full blast? I don't know. I don't care. Just do it. It looks great. I love it. I love it. I'm just at a loss for words because it's just so beautiful. That kind of thing doesn't really need words. You either feel it or you don't. So I don't know what you're connecting with that's activating so well for you in your higher self. I just know that you're in tune with it. And you have such a comfortable knowledge base that's really going to guide you. Okay? You've been holding on to something and now you understand why. And you're going to do something with that knowledge, right? So that's wonderful. That is absolutely wonderful. I love this for you. I don't know what's got you riding so high in the streets of recognition and why you're just hitting all your pleasure cups. I don't care. It makes you feel 10 times strong. And I love that. I really do. Let's get some advice for you. Not that I think you need it. Your opening kind of told me everything. So, that's what happens when we listen to ourselves and we dial it in, you know? I love this. Let's get some advice, please, for Taurus. Let's get some advice, please, for Taurus. I'm not saying it didn't come without cost. No, no, no. There's something here very specifically that you had to come to terms with before you felt this. And there's a freedom in understanding this, and there's a freedom in accepting it. You have both your feeling and your mind are in sync on a particular subject. And I love that. Nine of Pentacles. There's that strength again. Gosh, honey, look at you. I love this. I love this. You're so self-claiming here. I love this. With this fast strength. See, some of you have some very prominent Leo in your chart. It is coming across that way. Or a very critical placement in Leo. It's not really the point. Perhaps you started to feel an energy surge around Leo season. It's not the point. It's come up twice, and it feels like a very strong identifying characteristic for some of you. Anyway, and the Magician. Yeah, I know. Look at that. Like I said, you feel 10 times stronger. You're manifesting something quite openly. And it's the Nine of Pentacles. Strong sense of self, individuation, autonomy. I can do. I can do because I know I can. It's based on experience. It's one of my favorite cards, honey. You're showing me I know myself. I know myself very well. And I'm pulling this in, and it's for me. It is. And you get a response all right. You get a response all right, honey. What has got you glowing? Ooh, I like it. What has got you glowing? Anyway, your advice is carry on, obviously. As I said, I don't think you need too much. I don't need too much advice. Eight of Wands, communication. Eight of Wands is communication. Wasn't that an emphasis from one of your check-ins, too? I want to say it was. Eight of Wands, communication. Well, I have Priestess. Yeah. Cheeky. I knew you were going to show me that. All right, Eight of Wands with the High Priestess. No, you know. You know. You know. Was that your last in-depth? More than you knew. Oh, some of you are at the height of it then. Ooh, some of you are at the height of it. If I'm still seeing elements of it. Intuitively, you know it's time. Communication. Oh, God. This one's so good. Oh, I love it. I love this. No contradiction. I love this. See, people are like, why should I do the work? Why should I do the work? Why should I? Why should I have an absolute truth? Why should I know my heart space? Why? What's the incentive? This. That's the incentive. There's no bigger incentive in the world than to start pulling in for yourself, and you don't hesitate. You're opening up and not hesitating. It's a power, honey. It's a high. But it's the best kind. It says, I know myself, and I earned the right to pull in what I'm pulling in. I do so for me. This is of my own free will. I know myself. Let's make it happen. That's the benefit, okay, of acknowledging our thoughts and our emotions, heeding the call. I don't know what it is that you are provoking via communication. You just feel that it's correct and that you have your words in place. Good on you. You get a response and you are glowing, like I said. I love it. I love it. I love it. Let's do it. Yes. Yes. What's going on? It's active too. It's not contemplative. I love that. You've done your contemplation. It's active. Let's make it happen, Captain. What's going on? Life-changing decision. Yeah. Life-changing decision. And Taurus is like, I just thought I was having a good day. I didn't know it was going to be all that. Well, there you go. Transcendence, unity, apology, forgiveness. Okay. So there's something here about transcending above and beyond and really becoming unified with the self. I know, I seen it. But transcendence, and there's something here to do with an apology and or forgiveness. If that's what we're aiming for, life-changing decision, then you got it, babe. You absolutely got it. Whatever that is, either coming from you or it's coming towards you. Intuitively, either way, you understand it's correct. Okay? And it's beautiful. Okay? Very good. Lovely. That you are on board with you. That's the trick. That's the thing. contracts, career. Some of you, Taurus, by the way, is your Saturn placement, and we also have Uranus here. But we have that freedom, leap of faith, opportunity. I know it's so strong for you right now. And then rising into what you feel is, I don't know, something you have to complete because it's not coming across as a contract career. It's something that you feel that you can participate in. I'm sorry, I don't know what I'm looking for here. It's opportunity. That's all I'm saying. It is a leap of freedom into a place of opportunity for you. It's beautiful. Or perhaps, like I said, for some of you, Saturn is a strong influence for you. Anyway, where are we? All right. Last quarter moon in Libra. Make time for self-love. Very good. First quarter moon in Gemini. Speak your world into being. Oh, yeah. 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 For sure, 1000%. Yeah, that's there as well. FYI. Okay, no letters? No letters. Okay, first we have the big masculine glasses. I say that because I have two pair of glasses in the Charms jar. One is small, Art Deco, feminine, and these are the kind of largest traditional rectangular masculine. And then we have the arrow of Sag. We have the arrow of Cupid possibly, or striking home. I think you have a couple of points here that are striking home today. Really making your mark, really making your point. Here we have the envelope with a little heart on it. Yeah, there's once more some communication here. And we have the lightning bolt, a striking moment, insight, strong understanding, strong reflection, possibly a tower moment, but lightning fast or very strong insight. And then we have the hot air balloon rising high into the sky so we can look down below and actually see what the heck's going on, right? Clarity, in other words. And then we have the spatula. Perhaps someone likes to cook. It's their hobby, it's their profession, or perhaps you're cooking right now. Okay, if that's true, let me know what you was cooking because we love food. I hope this helped you. Put it in the comments. Take care. Awesome job. Be well. Virgo, welcome to your Sunday check-in. What's up? What's going on? Show me Virgo, please. What's going on for Virgo? Show me Virgo. Alrighty, Roo. No, Virgo, no. 5 of Swords, 5 of Cups. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. 6 of Wands. Oh, honey, no. No. Gosh, I already have half of mine to redo yours because I'm aware of your last check-in as well for Thursday. That means it's repeating. It's not resolved. It's not going to always be a quick turnaround, guys. So if, again, this isn't yours, check your other placements, okay? Some Virgo somewhere is working through stuff, and it's not the easiest. It's my job to report, okay? So if you think I'm picking on you, I've already stopped being of use to you, okay? Just check your other placements. And if you think anyone's picking on you, you shouldn't watch them at all. But 5 of Swords, 5 of Cups, and 6 of Wands. It's not a great combination. I'm not going to lie to you. So again, it's either yours or it's not. All right, and it's not a judgment. I just want to understand. That's why I'm here. The Hanged Man, 3 of Wands, and the 4 of Pentacles. 4 of Cups, 7 of Pentacles, and the 5 of Pentacles. This cannot stand. I mean, you can keep doing this. This is a choice. You can see where it takes you. No change plus no change equals no change. Okay. There's something here in your opening that you're saying all is well and you don't believe it. You don't believe it. It's 5 of Swords, self-sabotage, 5 of Cups. That's emotional pain, grievances. And the 6 of Wands, it's like, I'm happy though. I'm perfectly happy. Everything's just the way it should be. And we're lying to ourselves quite a bit. Okay? And in fact, it's almost like you're daring yourself to believe it. It's I don't know if it's ego getting in the way that won't allow you to see that all is not well, but all is not well. Okay? There's a pride in this that says that I have to present myself in such a way. Because if I admit to pain or upsetness, then I have lost. No, lying to ourselves is when we lose. Because then we just deepen our own debt. For however much or however long we lie to ourselves, we have to take several steps backwards to undo it. Okay, because by then it's built up in our mind as true when it's not. Here's the rule, and I know I said this, I think, in your Thursday check-in, so again, if you have to convince yourself of anything, it's best to stop. You have to talk yourself into or out of, stop. If you can't say absolutely one direction is correct without hesitation, then stop. Okay? Because there's an influence in there, it's not necessarily the best one. It's an inner dialogue or voice that is trying to influence and not necessarily for the good. So, guys, we don't want to go into a space of emotional manipulation of the self or others, and we shouldn't go into a space of mental manipulation of the self or others, because what it is we do to ourselves, we will absolutely do to someone else. So if we're honest with ourselves, we'll be honest with others. If we're being dishonest with ourselves, we're going to be dishonest with others. I don't want that for you. I don't want that for anybody. Okay? I don't know what that front is with the Six of Wands. Like, everything's fine. More than. It's not. Okay? The Hanged Man, Three of Wands, Four of Pentacles. You're going to give some perspective here soon about something that you've been holding on to, but you don't quite seem to know what it is. And you have been holding on for a long time. And I think that's where most of the activity is born regarding self-sabotage. There's something here you're not quite admitting to yourself that you're waiting for, but you don't know what it is. We need to press on that a little deeper. What are you waiting for, but you're not fully acknowledging? It's, you're hoping for something. You're looking out on the horizon. And you want it. And you've been holding on to this idea that you want it for a long time. We need more perspective on this. Okay? And what are we waiting for? It looks like to feel better about a situation that just doesn't feel better. Four of Cups. This is still upset. It's still upset. It's still upsetness and pain and unhappiness. And present as much as it was the past. Seven of Pentacles, Five of Pentacles. It looks like something won't mend. In fact, the cracks just deepen. What is it that won't mend? And you feel like you have been waiting for it forever and a day to improve, and it just won't. This is why I tell people not to wait. You're showing that hard, so I should be thanking you today, because this is really kind of what happens in the extreme when we wait too long. It's one thing when you have legitimate hope to look out on the horizon, as the Three of Wands would suggest. You know something's coming. You can expect it. It's on the date. It's on the calendar. You've been looking forward to it. Okay? Versus generalized hope that one day, ... which is open-ended. And that can stretch out forever. Never volunteer and never ask. And the Virgo I'm looking at, you volunteered to wait for something to improve when you have no evidence that it will. It could be a financial situation, work. It could be a partnership thing. I don't know. It's entirely up to you. But we've been waiting and waiting and waiting for better days, happier days, more productive days, healthier days, more secure days, emotional, physical. And that never happens. So you need to ask yourself, what are you waiting for? Who are you waiting for? And how have you participated? Whether you spoke or didn't speak to it, you still are. Okay? Because this thing about I'm having to force myself to lie and feel good about a situation where I clearly don't is just reinforcing this I have to invest in waiting principle. Just as an analogy, because it comes up so often. It comes up so often. In tarot and everything else. Relationship advice. And it comes up, and it's not that men don't experience this, but obviously it's from the female perspective that comes up the most, because women are very, very prone to this. It's not an absolute rule, so don't take it as that. Generally speaking, women tend to do this the most. Why did you wait? You got mixed signals. It's not solid. Okay. You've had years of this, of inconsistency, lack of growth. Why did you keep waiting and telling yourself things were going to improve? Because I put so much into it. I'm going to tell you what I tell everybody who tells me this. They've invested. Stop investing. If the investment was worth it, you would have seen a return by now. That's how investment works. So whatever this is, you invest in your life in a career that's dead end, it won't improve, and you're unhappy. You're waiting for it to improve. You're waiting for it to get that promotion. You've invested enough of your time, energy, and effort. If it's to the point where you're having to lie to yourself to feel good about it, it's the wrong investment at this point. Remember, healthy investments have a return. Even if it's to break even, it still returns. This is not a good investment. I saw the proof of it right away. The second you have to start lying to yourself, this is exactly where I need to be and I'm totally happy about it. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. That's how we knew. The second we got defensive about it. This isn't good enough. If no one's told you that, I'll be happy to tell you this. It's not good enough. Okay? Let's get some advice, please. Let's get some advice, please. Let's get some advice, please. Five of Wands, conflict. The Hierophant, commitment energy, some sort of commitment. Ten of Wands, burden. Guys, I don't have much to report here in terms of advice. It's just putting back onto you the obvious. We're using our sense of commitment to whatever this situation or relationship is in order to justify staying in the investment. I respect commitments, be it the contract for work or relationships, i.e. marriage. Okay. But if this is the contract, it's a shitty contract. If there was evidence of fix it, there would have been evidence of fix it, i.e. a return on the investment. Okay. All I see is stress and strain that is ongoing, but we feel an obligation to commit to it. And yet you're in a constant position as a player mode of standby. Maybe one day things will get better. And then you have to tell yourself to like it. Put a smile on your face. I want you to think about the commitment you have with yourself first. Everything begins with the self. And ask yourself, what I'm in, is this worthy of my commitment? Is this worthy of my committed self, my higher self? The part of me that knows better. Is this really the best I can expect to receive? And is this really the best I can give someone else? Okay. I don't know if someone's responsible for breaking the contract or you both are. It takes two in this respect. But we're not honoring what else is built into it, such as repairs and love. Holding on is not a plan. Not knowing what else to do, that's not a plan. Okay. Just holding on to that mess. It's loud, it's angry, and it's argumentative, and it's tit for tat, and it's not functioning well. Okay. Being strong to hold on, that's, again, it's not a plan, guys. All I'm saying is more of the same. Being open. 7 of Cups. Emotional expansion. Considering other things. Allowing yourself to be open to other things. Other emotional influence. Yeah, I think we could do some emotional influence. I just have a feeling a lot of people don't know. So perhaps having the strength then, instead of just holding on, how about the strength to open up and get this outside of you? Don't be an island. Don't be an island, please. It causes so much damage. Messages and dreams. Some of you have been receiving a lot of dreams lately. Best case scenarios, worst case scenarios, stuff that's completely irrelevant. You have isolating thoughts. I know, I see it. Yeah, that's what self-sabotage is, guys. We have to really work hard to run this record in our head that we otherwise wouldn't be playing if we felt we needed it. And then we tell ourselves to like the song and like the song and like the song. And that's an isolating thought. It's an isolating sound. And that's how self-sabotage works. It's magic. That's what I'm saying. You have to stop. No. Since last summer, some of you have become increasingly uncomfortably aware of this. And you can't help but wonder about control tactics. Yeah. Control tactics that you're using on you to keep you in check. Control tactics that you feel are being used on you to keep you in check. Either way, not indications of a healthy contract and or commitment. Just to point that out. I'm not invested in keeping you invested in playing games. I'm invested in getting you to see the ludicrousness of it. We can stop. I don't understand people who just want to keep investing in the same game, because there is no winner in this. No winner. Least of all with the self. Actually, let's go ahead and do some. Okay. A couple things popped out here. Eiffel Tower and the diamond. A commitment to this structure. I don't know. That might have been an accident as well. Last quarter moon in Leo, time to lighten up the energies for you. New moon in Cancer, it's time to relax. I need you to step outside of this. I need you to remember the light for yourself. I need you to remember that you need room to breathe for yourself. Whatever this is doesn't feel like you're allowed to breathe or have light thoughts. It just keeps you trapped. So I think it's time for you to pull away a little bit. Get some space in your own energies and in your own thoughts. Because you're locked into this, and it's very consuming. First quarter moon in Gemini, speak your world into being. Like I said, don't be an island. You may not have to share with whatever it is you're connected to, but perhaps you need to share with somebody outside of this. Somebody who can give you perspective. Okay, I just kept popping out. Jeez Louise. K, J, Y. We have the 4-leaf clover in reverse and upside down. Not feeling so lucky these days. We have the Medina of the little dog. Okay, so we're talking very small pet, you know. Terrier, Yorkie, Pomeranian, Chihuahua, something like that. You know, just smaller pet. Okay, simply confirmation. We have the 10 of Pentacles, the Tree of Life. It seems like there's a lot at stake here. I understand. It's interesting. I have a combined charm here. One's in the other. We have the gecko in the crown. So fire sign, Aries, Leo, Sag, and then lizard. And it's kind of pierced through the crown, that sense of the Empress energy. Someone here might be a fire sign who we feel is the Empress here, or the controlling one. Anger, fiery, temper, controlling. And because they wear the crown, or they feel they have the power, and you feel subject to it. You have a head. May I recommend you get your own crown? Or did you think only one person could wear it? Something to think about. We have the medallion of Libra, but it's in the reverse. The keyword here being charming. And then we have the bee in reverse. Non-productive, not working, not wanting to serve the queen. You know, the beehive is a fascinating structure. Animals, they're fascinating animals. Okay, the bees are. Very intricate code of conduct. Very intricate and non-negotiable. You know what happens when a bee stops working? Do you know what happens when a bee lands in a beer and it can legitimately get intoxicated? You should look it up. What happens to the bee that stops working, stops being productive? It is not treated well. Okay. Okay. It's a little Google adventure for some of you. It's no big deal. Just thought I'd mention it. Okay. In summary, it's not working. I do hope this helped you, Virgo, honey. And trust me, like you, I want to push past this. And once more, I'm not picking on you. I want to understand. If you take it to the personal side of space, that I'm taking sides or whatever, I can't help with that. This is here for those who need it. Okay? Tarot isn't about popularity contests and rainbows and unicorns and who has the shiniest, happiest reading. Real tarot hits real places. So it's either yours or it's not. Regardless, I hope it helped you. If it did, let me know. Put it in the comments. And if it didn't, well, you can comment what you're going to comment. That's your choice. All right. I hope this helped, though. Put it in the comments. Take care. Be well. Capricorn, welcome to your Sunday check-in. What's up? What's going on? Show me, Capricorn, please. What's going on for Capricorn? Very good. What's going on, please? Two of Wands, Three of Wands, Eight of Cups. Okay. Six of Wands, Death. And the King of Cups. Okay, looks like you stopped waiting. Queen of Swords, Two of Cups, and the King of Swords. And that's something else altogether. But at least it's active. Two of Wands, Three of Wands, that's a lot of distance. That's a lot of waiting. Too much. That's the definition of too much. Definition of 2 months. You know, 2 months? I'm trying to say 2 months. Why? Has it been 2 months for some of you? Since we've last had contact, or there's distance. You know, they say absence makes the heart grow fonder. That's true if you're in love. If it's something that's developing, not so much. Absence just means less of. Okay. And Two of Wands, Three of Wands, you know, Two of Wands is open and active and communicating, but Three of Wands is stretched out over time with a lot of distance between now and then. So even if this person's 5,000 miles away from you or they're down the street from you, the point is, it's too much distance. Too much distance, too much waiting. And it created, naturally, an Eight of Cups, emotional numbness, having lost emotional interest, detachment, whatever there was to begin with, but it left you plenty of walk-in space. You just can't reasonably put your feeling into it anymore. And I don't blame you. It's something stretched out over too long of a period, and you try to keep it active as best you can. You know, a lot of people think they can do long distance, this, that, and the other, and some can. They really can. And for others, they can't hang in there. They need the immediacy of the upfront, you know? So like I said, if you already know that you're in love with somebody and it's emotionally strong, then yeah, absence indeed can make the heart grow fonder. Otherwise, it's just absence, like I said. And you know, even over distance and time, breakages can make one's feelings stronger. Yes, but that's after a lot of insight, a lot of healing. You know? No, no, no. This is simply too much absence, stretched out over a long period of time. And Six of Wands, Death, the King of Cups, you know, it kind of killed whatever feel-good energy you had towards this, and because you were confident about it for a while, up until the point that you weren't. So it's one of those things, guys, if it couldn't develop, then it couldn't develop. I know it hurts in that respect of you had confidence for this. I know. And it felt good. The recognition of it felt good. There was some passion there. There was some flirtation, right? Gave you the butterflies a little bit. But it wouldn't stay. It wouldn't anchor. You know, death is ultimately claiming that feeling. But you can say that you feel good about having walked away from this. With the King of Cups there, he's still on the other side of things. I agree with you. I think you did the right thing. Okay? You got to know. You got to know your limits, guys. You got to know your limits. You got to know your boundaries. And you can honestly say you tried. But again, the whole point of trying was to understand if it could sustain or grow more. And the result was no. So you're honoring the result. Think of it that way. Instead of forcing yourself to stay in it because you're not quite sure, we'll give it another 3 months. And no, sometimes you just know, babe. Sometimes you just know. Sometimes you just know. And that's what you concluded, and I don't blame you for it. You got to take the kind of ego and the feel-good energy aside and say, what am I left with? Something that stretches out. And in fact, I'm emotionally devaluing this, not emotionally increasing towards this. Like I said, sometimes breakage, full-on breakage, separation, can actually make your love grow later, but that's with hindsight and healing. This is, we're talking, and that's all we're doing. It's just not enough here. And frankly, I don't feel good about it anymore. But I do feel good about disconnecting from it officially. So that's the full clamming of one's feelings there. You know you. You know you. That's all any of us can do at the end of the day. Know yourself. Okay? And now here's the thing for you in future. Don't know who this is, but I actually have two people talking, and they're quite compatible. And it's actually engaged. It's not stretched out at all. I literally have two people here who are actively communicating and sharing cups. So who this is, I have no idea. I don't know if this is someone who is giving you confirmation, good insight, because look how smart these two are. The King, Queen of Swords, man, they're just knocking it out. They're just knocking it out. They're just not. I don't know if this is someone we're more compatible with and we can actually share love with in a more upfront and present way. If this is someone who is simply lending support to your decision and saying, no, 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 it is what it is. It's either equal or fair, it's not. But it's so straightforward. It communicates so clearly with you. You two match minds on this one. So that's wonderful. Basically all I'm getting from this is that this is someone who actually understands you. So this is either a new love prospect that you take to like this, the both of you. You speak each other's language flawlessly. Points of view, intelligence, and you both have similar views on love, and you're expressing that. Or this is someone whom we know, and they're like, no, Capricorn, you did the right thing. It's either fair or it's not. You see what I'm saying? Either way, I like it. It's good, and it's going to be good for you, whatever that is. Okay, let's get some advice for you, please. Let's get some advice. Let's get some advice, please. King of Cups, Six of Wands. See? Yeah. And Seven of Swords. As soon as you started to lose confidence for this, you knew. Yeah. Yeah, I think I'm looking at Capricorn. You actually know your heart space really, really well. Really well. And that's good because that's going to tell you a lot and inform you a lot. So, and I can also see your confidence is important to you as well. Your sense of being seen, visibility, recognition. Okay. As soon as you stopped feeling confident about this, or you started to shy away from it, you didn't feel so reassured after a while. That's when it really started to kill. So your advice is on point with the action you're about to take if you haven't already. Okay. It's correct. Your sense of feeling here, how you love yourself and what you're experiencing, you're not ignoring it. Lean into it, right? And that's one of the benefits of having a very mature heart. You know. You're not going to try to talk yourself into it. You're not going to try to talk yourself out of it. You just know. It's like the second I started second guessing my confidence in this, I just kind of knew. You just kind of knew, and you're right. So the advice is on point. What you're experiencing is real and valid. It's, you know, there's that sense of pain here, but you know better. Yeah, I had that feeling as well. I know you know better. I know. Yeah, I know. You've experienced this before. I get it. I get it. You know. Now, who that is to you in future, I don't know, but you two are quite in sync. Very similar. Similar points of view in thinking and how love should be fair and equal in order for it to survive. Family concerns, new friendship. Okay. Interesting. Reunion of soul ties, new friendship. No. I'm saying is connect with somebody whom we are familiar with in a soul tie. There's something here to do with the family concerns. Mutual acquaintance then. Mutual acquaintance, but perhaps it's been a while since we've been acquainted with them instead. A sense of codependence. You don't like false dependencies. Okay, you don't like false dependence, and that's one of the things that you specifically have been working on for a long time. Perhaps for some of you, Capricorn is indeed your Pluto placement. And as I was to say, some of you have some very strong Scorpio in your chart. That came up a couple of times, but there's that sense that you know to transform. You don't like being falsely dependent on anything or anybody, and you know the signs of something not working, and you're not going to sit there and convince yourself otherwise. You know. So like I said, you have very strong self-acceptance here about taking in the obvious and what's not happening for you and not working for you and not trying to fight it or deny it or force it to make it work. You're saying you know better. You don't do false dependencies, and least of all from yourself. So yeah, I think you made a great call here. I do. And I have someone here who is coming across as a new old friendship, and it's looking like it's of some sort of familiarity, environment, shared family structure, shared friendship structure. And you two are smashing, absolutely smashing. Okay? I don't mean smashing as what the young, you know what I mean. It could be like that, but I mean like a smashing success. That's what I meant. Not the new modern version of the word smashing. Can you imagine? I was just saying, oh yeah, you two are absolutely smashing in a week. What? No. That would be funny though if I meant it that way. That would be more appropriate for intimate tarot. Oh, you two are absolutely smashing in a week. Not quite that. JRG. Why do they feel like an old, but they're not family. They're an old friend. I suppose I want it. Are they an old friend or a dear friend? But it's been a while. It's been a while. It's sweet. Anyway, sorry. JRG and then the dragon, Aries, Leo, Sag, and a sense of empowerment. Having to be firm here, as the Emperor energy would suggest. Difference between firm and being overbearing. But there's that sense anyway, congratulations to you, that you no longer want to put yourself in a position where you're emotionally waiting on anyone to catch up to where you are. That is good. That is wonderful. Your big note here is that, do you have a vote of confidence in this? The answer seems to be no. When you started to realize you lost your confidence for this, that's when you knew. You listened to yourself and you refused to engage with it further. Good job. Okay, Capricorn honey, I hope this helped you. Put it in the comments. Take care. Be well. Scorpio, welcome to your Sunday check-in. What's up? What's going on? Show me, Scorpio. Show me, Scorpio. What is going on? All right. The Four of Pentacles, the King of Cups, And the Three of Swords. Okay. Ten of Swords, Justice, and Strength. All right. Queen of Swords, the King of Wands, and the Sun. Good. Good, good, good. You know, you're pretty honest in your opening weather report, really, on how you're feeling. Four of Pentacles, the King of Cups, Three of Swords. You have pain in your heart, but you keep it to yourself. It's a quiet process. You seem to still be intact with the larger part of who you are. The fullness of heart, right? Someone who is proud to claim their emotions, proud to have a big heart. Okay. But parts of it, I'm not saying all of it, but parts of it are kind of hurt and shut down, a little bit off limits. You're not going on and on about it. You know, you're not crying your eyes out every day. It's something you hold on to because it still hurts, but you try not to let it get the better of you. I'm not clarifying, but I'm assuming that if I were, I'd be seeing elements of healing in there. Okay? But for now, I'm happy to see that the fullest parts of your heart are still intact, but you tend to keep your pain to yourself. Okay? Whatever aches are in there. Try not to nurse those aches so much as work through them. Okay? You'll get progress. And so you will. Ten of Swords, Justice, Strength, you know. Keep doing whatever it is you're doing. Somehow, you're going to find the strength to show yourself balance. Whatever it is that imbalanced you, you will find a way to correct it for yourself. Whatever the pain is, if there's an ending in there, okay, fine. Just please know you'll be balanced in the end. All right? Spiritually, otherwise. But whatever it is that ails you from the inside, please know I think you've been made stronger for it because you're going to find a way to use it. You're going to understand the balances have been paid and that everyone's squared up, particularly you. Okay? I know it's vague. Sometimes it's like that. Just please know that your end of the bill is going to be paid. If it hasn't already, perhaps you don't realize it yet. But you'll be good. Queen of Swords, King of Wands, and the Sun. I don't know who it is, but there's an energy outside of yours that's connecting to you. And it feels good. It feels warm. It's kind. It's passionate. And it feels very warm, generous. When we connect to this person and they to you, the sun comes out. So I don't know who that is to you. Perhaps you don't know who they are yet. It's just two people. I could summarize that as one person as you. I'm just not seeing it that way, and I'm not feeling it that way. It's something that warms you. And you seem to be able to talk or express yourself freely to it or this person. I like how you react to them. You seem to open up to them. Okay? At least from the mind. You seem to be comfortable talking to them and telling them things. Okay? And it gladdens you both. So I don't know what the context is. Just please know that, particularly in regards to that top line, whatever it is that aches you and ails you, and that you kind of quietly work through and quietly soldier on with, the balance has been paid. And you've been made stronger for this, not weaker. I have no idea how long you've been working through the mechanics. You didn't tell me that. I just know that you're going to feel much more at peace with this subject soon. And then I see you sharing your mind with somebody. And they're receptive to it. They seem to be very receptive and warm towards you. And it creates the sun. Let's get some advice, please. I'm sorry, it's so open-ended, guys. It sometimes starts like that. It tells me many of you can understand this in your own way. And you think you know where this is headed, and you feel it. And that if you were really to check in with yourself now, that you are a lot more okay than you were yesterday and the week before and the month before. Something's been corrected, that's all I know. You corrected it for yourself, you gave yourself closure, or understand you're just done paying a particular bill and you don't need to anymore. Emotional, spiritual, or otherwise that bill is. It's a metaphor. Okay. Let's get that advice, please. Let's get that advice. How interesting. This is good work. I always applaud good work. I know if I was delving into this, I would see a healing structure behind that. But I like this. It feels so warm. And they look at you so attentively. 6 of Wands, confidence. Ace of Wands, it's marked with a new beginning. As I was reflecting on it, who or what this is, it's a reflection of a new time for you. Congratulations. Something feels so much fire. It could be Leo. Doesn't have to be, but it comes rolling in with so much warmth and attentiveness and the generosity of spirit that we would associate with the King and Queen of Wands. It really, I don't mean to say it, I just don't know who they are, and I don't think you do either. It's just, it's so attentive to you, listens to you, it's excited by you, very. And you're like, it's nice to finally talk to someone of my equal. That's all you're showing me. It's nice to talk. It's nice to share really solid thoughts with people and really strong insight. And this person's like, yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Tell me more. Your advice is to go with it. You've earned it. It's that time. It's just that time, whatever this is. It's balanced now. It's balanced. Whatever this is, it's done. You can put that away. You don't have to fuss about who owes what anymore to yourself or anything. It's done, whatever that is. Okay? And you're being shown that here in the future, that it's time to open up to new people specifically, or rather I should say person. It's lovely. There's that 4 of Pentacles again. 9 of Pentacles. Yeah. You had to work through it. 7 of Wands, Hierophant. You had to really strengthen yourself in a particular area that represents emotional weakness in you. And you said you had to take that to task and make yourself stronger for it. Something to do with the higher self and enforcing boundaries. It made you stronger. But it left some very soft, raw spots in your heart. Your heart. So that is definitely an individual experience right here. Okay, and you had to grow into it. But yeah, it was very private. Making yourself stronger and enforcing your higher sense of self boundaries. And it's something you were working through. Imagine if your heart here was like Swiss cheese. And it's like, right, I got to repair all these fucking holes. The whole of your heart was there. Right? I mean, the whole space of your heart was there. The shape of it was there. But you had to do a lot of repairs. I think you did a good job. Whatever this is, you can let it go. Okay. All right. Let's shuffle out some cards. Self-care, energy. There's a sense here of false dependency. You needed yourself, not whatever the situation was. You needed yourself here. This was a personal journey, a personal exercise and discipline of the self, and that you had the experience to do it. It put some holes in your heart, for sure. I don't know how long that took you. I'm guessing a while. But it's okay. You're stronger for this, not weaker, right? But yeah, no, we had a false sense of dependency. What you really needed was yourself, because again, this was an individual experience. You needed to focus more love on yourself and doing what's right for you. Okay. Yeah, whatever that situation was, you didn't need it, emotionally or otherwise. You had to form a new structure for yourself, and in so doing, created a more solid foundation. I saw that for you. Yes. Very good. Remember to love yourself. Rebirth, an apology. Okay. Transformation here, the sign of winter. Some of you had to learn how to apologize to yourself. Okay? And that's one of the things that transformed you. And like I said, there's something here about it's closed. No more debt. You had to learn to apologize to yourself. For some of you, went through our kind of, this is our card, of course, our sense of transformation. That's what I'm saying about debts, guys. We owe ourselves at the end of the day for everything we do and don't do. And that's what I'm saying. Never put too much debt on yourself, creating false dependencies and false notions. And because really what you end up doing is that you have to apologize to yourself at the end of it all. You know? You know? The more we realize we need ourselves first and our higher self and our committed energies for ourselves first, okay, and not the love we put on other people, the less damage we have to ourselves and therefore less of an apology we have to issue ourselves. It's balanced now. You don't owe anybody shit. You're good. Okay? But you do owe yourself an apology. If you haven't given yourself one yet, you need to. It's time. Okay? I want you... You're just like, it's just happy to talk to someone intelligent. So, well, whatever you know, honey, whatever it is you have to say, they're loving it. So, don't know, but it looks very exciting. It looks very warm. And it seems to be very happy to be in your presence, eh? All right. First quarter moon in Cancer, push through any insecurity, and so you did, but you did most of that internally. First quarter moon in Pisces, honor your feelings. That means honor yourself first, not necessarily the false feelings you might have developed towards someone else or a situation, okay? Because there was that sense of we needed to prioritize ourselves first, love thyself first, and not use our feelings or emotions for someone else to opt out of how we are choosing ourselves or not choosing ourselves, you know. You told me that you had to learn some of these things the hard way. That you had to enforce boundaries and make yourself stronger, and that your feelings on this one, no, they had to take a back seat. Okay? All right. So many. We have the letter Q, and that's the only letter. And then here we have the snowflake, once more, indication of winter, and once more our symbol for transformation. We have the medallion of Capricorn in the reverse, the key word here being ambitious, and so some of you are. We have the medallion of Sag, also in the reverse, the key word here being optimistic. It's hard to choose optimism and to push through it with ambition, but you did, okay? The busy bee in reverse, not so much. No. You stopped all activity. It's not necessarily a good thing to see the bee in the reverse, because without the bee having something to do, it doesn't live long. But there's something here where you stopped with the activity and or involvement. Okay. Feather, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, and then light as a feather. For some of you, simply feathers confirmation for some reason. Gecko, Aries, Leo, Sag. Oh, I've seen that. I've seen it. There's a lot of fire over here in the future for you. And then the crab is in reverse and upside down. Just really no longer participating in emotional fragmentation. Okay? Stop trying to make feelings work that just won't work. All right. I hope this helped you. Put in the comments. Take care. Be well. Pisces, welcome to your Sunday check-in. What's up? What's going on? Show me Pisces. Show me Pisces. What's going on for Pisces, please? What's going on for Pisces? Show me Pisces. The Star. 5 of Wands, and the Hermit. Okay. All right. Cool. Well, sometimes that happens, and it's looking like you're doing a little check on that, which is good. 7 of Pentacles, 8 of Swords, and the 4 of Wands. Meanwhile, okay, the Sun excuse me, the Wheel of Fortune and the Four of Pentacles. Okay, yeah, it's a lot of back and forth here. It's interesting because this segment feels completely unrelated and it has more of your attention than this does. So I'm not sure what to make of that, and it's not an accusation. Don't take it as one. I can only see so much now that we're not doing any in-depth, so do keep that in mind. The Star, Five of Wands, the Hermit. There's something here you has your full attention, and I mean full attention. You're giving it a lot of quality of care, thought, consideration, patience, and then healing. There's a star pathway that you're on, and it's important to you. It's very important, and it seems to currently be in turmoil. I don't think it's too bad, but it's enough that it has your full attention. And you're like, I got to fix this shit, right? And sometimes the star's like that. If you want your star path, sometimes you have to fight for it. Clearly examine it. Make sure you're on the right path. Make sure you're doing the right thing while you're on the right path in order to be successful in it. It requires a lot of long-term view. So you can't just turn your back on the star and hopefully you navigate there. No, you have to keep aiming yourself towards it. And the Pisces I'm looking at, whatever goal you have in mind, you are trying to get back into alignment to it. There is some frustration surrounding the big goal here, the big star. And you're being super attentive to it, very patient, okay, very understanding. And there's qualms. You're putting out fires here, okay? And it feels external to the situation. So you're the one providing relief and or solutions to a situation and a pathway. So it's important to you and others then, okay? Oh yeah, you can absolutely share a star. It depends if you're sharing the same vision with others, you know? The point is that you are doing your best to put out those fires. It's got your full attention. Cool, I understand that. Seven of Pentacles, Eight of Swords, Four of Wands. And you remember those old films or TV shows where it's like, meanwhile, ... So meanwhile for you, I got something here that's stagnating, possibly like low-key, not doing well. And we don't see it right now because your attention's on this. And this one hits closer to home. Four of Wands, some sort of relationship energy. Whatever that is defined by two people. Okay, Four of Wands. I always have to clarify that because it's not necessarily marriage. It's a relationship, two people, how they build it. Okay, so that could be a relationship you have with anybody. It is currently on the rocks, but we're not seeing that it's rocky. Specifically, it's at a rocky plateau, so it's at a resting point that is uncomfortable. Eight of Swords and the Seven of Pentacles. So something about this relationship hasn't shifted or changed in a while, but it's at an uncomfortable resting point. Okay, two people are landing on it. And they've both more or less agreed to just ignore the rocks where it's settled. And that happens sometimes. Sometimes you have to get through those rough patches and turn a blind eye to things. It's just, we're not in a space to recognize it sometimes. Cool. And two people more or less mutually agree upon that without using words. And then something happens that puts their attention back on it. So right now, I can see your attention on this. It's super important, and you want to get it smoothed out. I got that. Over here, though, it's being neglected by, it looks like two. And two people are willing to kind of like not look at it. We're going to want to change that. And I know it may not seem like you have much time to spare here, but I promise you, it does take two to ignore the growth or lack of growth, particularly when it's on a rocky plateau. There's something about this relationship that needs working on, a little bit more attention. So I know you're busy, honey, but I think we need to put a little bit more of an eye back here because I feel like it's been in this way for a while now. Okay. And the Sun, the Wheel of Fortune, Four of Pentacles. So I'm thinking too much time has passed. Okay. So like I say, it's one thing when two people more or less mutually agree to stay here until they have more time to spare to readdress the issues. I don't want it to get so stretched out that you can't tell where problems stop and start, because that's what we're looking at, okay? What should be a happy thing over much reflection, or I'm sorry, not reflection, but having much time passed, we see that we're kind of barely holding on to things with the Four of Pentacles, so that tells me it went further backwards, okay? From a rocky plateau to we're barely holding on to this thing, you and I. And we don't remember it being like that. So I'm thinking a little more interception back here. That way it doesn't get to that point. Okay. Where the two people here are struggling to hold on to the same union or same relationship because it's going to have lost even more value the more neglect we give it. And that's how neglect works. The more we neglect it, the more the value wears off. So let's maybe stop, put a little more attention on this, put some repairs into it, the both of you. I'm not accusing one or the other. It's going to take two in this scenario. But I'm going to go ahead and take a guess. If one person's willing to look at it, the other person, if they're in a constructive relationship with you, will also put their eye on it as well. Okay. Because I don't want so much time to pass in this situation that it's like the two of you don't remember why the heck you're holding on to this, because it seems like the happy days are going to have passed. And this is, I can tell you right now, is preventable. I'm not saying you have to have a happy ending, but I'm also saying from this point, guys, even if we turned a blind eye to it, it's still neglect. It's going to be damage due to neglect over time, and we don't want to do that. Okay? You know those rusty trucks that we intend to repair in the driveway, but we don't actually do anything with it? Do they get more repaired? Or do they get more rusty? Okay. Let's get some advice, please. Let's get some advice. Let's get some advice. Let's get some advice, please. Seven of Swords, the Knight of Wands, Justice, yeah, Page of Cups, the Seven of Cups, that's what I'm saying. I can see where it feels like it would make sense that we just don't seem to have the energy for this, and we don't know how to admit it yet. We don't have the energy to balance this right now. But we're not really admitting it to ourselves. So again, it's taking the blindness of two people and the willingness to not admit that on both sides. Okay. It's almost like two people are trying to agree to it without speaking. We'll get back to it later, and we both know it. Okay, so this is where it starts. We don't have the energy to balance it right now, but we need to find the energy. Somebody needs to open up and say, hey, can we talk about stuff real quick? It's at the emotional level. It needs to come from a good place. So let's be a little bit more open as opposed to just assuming it's too difficult to deal with right now. Let's start there. Okay? All right. Rebirth, winter, apology, forgiveness from the masculine. Okay. There is a sense here that perhaps by winter there'll be a rebirth here on both sides. All right. There might be an apology of forgiveness from the masculine. Okay. Take that as it resonates. All right. Okay. Full moon in Libra. Find a balance. That's what I'm saying. It seems like it's probably too problematic to deal with right now. But if it's worth doing, then it's worth doing correctly. That's just something that I believe in. Reflect on your priorities. Yeah, I know this is important, honey, but then so is this. And if it's a priority, two people need to make it or demonstrate it as such. Last quarter moon in Aquarius. Reflect on your priorities. All right? It's not aimed at you. It's intended for two people. All right. Oh my. We have the letters G, K, large masculine glasses. Okay. We have the medallion of Libra in the reverse, the keyword here being charming. We have the medallion of Aries, also in the reverse, the keyword being courageous. And then we also have the medallion of Capricorn upright. You might have any of these placements prominently in your chart, as well as connecting to one. The great white shark, sign of Scorpio, and then also the need to pursue, a matter of survival. Pursuing this. Priorities. And great white sharks don't waste too much time on anything less than, you know what I mean? There's times you must pursue. And then the gecko, Aries, Leo, Sag. And then also simply, for some of you, gecko or lizard might be site of confirmation for some reason. Okay. All right, Pisces, honey, I hope this helped you. Put in the comments. Take care. Be well. Cancer, welcome to your Sunday check-in. What's up? What's going on? Show me, Cancer. What's going on? Show me, Cancer. Alrighty, what's going on? Queen of Pentacles, the Six of Swords, the Hierophant. Oh, yes. The Magician, death. I was about to say, okay. Okay, that makes a lot more sense. Okay. Okay. It's interesting, but I think it rather depends on how you're using your Hierophant energy, like all cards in tarot. You know, they have dual meanings because human beings are by nature dual. All right, and then, of course, the bottom row is the Emperor, Strength, Three of Wands. Okay, let's back up. Queen of Pentacles, Six of Swords, the Hierophant. You know, at first I thought, what are we doing? We're leaving home base. Okay, is this temporary? Is this a temporary separation? Are we trying to get out of our comfort zone here? Because we got comfort zone here. We have that sense of home, quality, care, worth, nurturing effects. But there's a division there with the Six of Swords. Okay. Someone is feeling less and less homebound these days. And I wasn't necessarily convinced it was a full separation. I just, like, maybe it's temporary. Maybe we're trying to really relearn what our comfort zone is, what our worth is, and we need some separation from it. So it could be temporary, but then there's commitment that shows up that contradicts it almost immediately. And commitment usually has a way of saying, whatever it is we were thinking about doing, no, we're going to stop. Unless, of course, I am saying this as I need to commit to myself and understand that whatever home base isn't necessarily it anymore, or it's shifting and changing, and I need to recognize that in myself. Okay? The Hierophant at the end of the day is an authority figure, which is why he's largely tied to a yes and no structure. It's either yes from that guy or it's a no from that guy. It's very hard for him to change his mind once he's made it up, i.e. commitment. And he represents so many things, the Hierophant does. Okay? But it's a very strong will, either saying yes or it's saying no. And the higher self has to be involved to stand behind the weight of that yes or no. So again, he tends to be what you might call a non-negotiable figure. But he's meant to be positive. He's meant to be the higher self or the higher good. So was I surprised that he popped up and was like, no, you ain't going nowhere? No, I wasn't surprised at all. And then I saw this. So it made me think. Instead of recommitting to what we know, perhaps we're committing to ourselves. With the Hierophant here, and we're trying to redefine the principle of what home and self-worth is. Shifting it, adjusting it. Gaining higher insight about what's correct for us in terms of self-worth and therefore where we should be and who we should be with. Because there is a larger sense of what I'm tied to at play here. Okay. And someone's idea of self-worth is changing quite a bit, if what I'm saying here stands true. The Magician, Death, Eight of Cups. Wow. Someone here is openly manifesting an ending, fully claiming it from the heart, or rather the absence of it. Someone's sense of emotional steadfastness or emotional commitment is not here anymore. And that's where they're manifesting from. It's very strongly felt, and the principle will be strongly applied. It's you. You came out packing some big gun energy here, I think, in order to show me, or rather show yourself, that what you're doing is correct. That you are allowed to change your perception of yourself and what you understand your sense of worth is. And once you understand what that is, it changes to understand what your commitment and higher self is worth too. I think you are very close to authorizing some movement for yourself that perhaps you didn't conceive you would take. And it's hard for you to redefine yourself. It is hard for you to shift your lens of yourself, especially if you got very, very comfortable with it. But you seem to be breaking away from that you have up until recently called a comfort zone. And up until recently, you probably reflected that is indeed your self-worth. You're saying that no longer stands true. That how you perceive yourself and your sense of self-worth has much changed. And that you want to stand up for that now. The Magician, Death, Eight of Cups. I mean, there's really no pretty way to say that, guys. There really isn't. It's not about pretty. It is what it is. Real tarot means you get your hands dirty. That means hard truths. Cancer I'm looking at, you want the hard truths. Because you're coming to terms with them too. You want the ending. You want the ability to walk away from this. It's wild, man. It's wild. I don't know what to say except that you earned this the hard way. It's a hard knowledge. So your manifestation is going to be, not that it's hard, but the delivery of it is so distinct. Okay? So if that's your truth, go forth in it. Okay? We are all tasked with understanding what's right for us, what's wrong for us, and the difference between them. For the Cancer I'm looking at, you're just showing me your own particular process around a subject. The Emperor, Strength, Three of Wands. My goodness gracious. By golly. Strength. Strength and resolve. This is Emperor positive, not Emperor negative. It's insistent. And you're saying you know it's correct for you. And there's a hope on the horizon that I don't see what it is. It's not waiting. It's hope. Hope for other things, whatever that is. But the strength of will here is phenomenal on your part. Whatever this is, it suits you. It's correct for you. You feel it down to your very bone. Yes. A lot of what you would call traditionally here masculine willpower, strength of will here today. I'm not saying you are a man. I'm saying that's the determination to do this or see this through. So you are redefining your higher self and how you commit to yourself. I don't know why you're leaving this behind. Only I know is that your sense of self-worth was involved in the decision-making process. Okay. Let's get some advice, please. Let's get some advice. Let's get some advice, please. And if that's true, if you have a new definition of self-worth, then that is what you must abide by. Okay? Let's get some advice, please. The Hanged Man. Much perspective. Something here would not rest. Four Swords is in reverse, not good. A Justice. We've given this a lot of thought. Something about the situation cannot be rectified. We've tried to heal it. We've tried to process it. We tried to correct it. And it can't be corrected, no matter you've tried to give to it. It won't rest. There's something about this that will not rest. And therefore the balance never seems to be at peace. Six of Wands, Queen of Wands. Opening up. What should I tell you, darling? What am I supposed to tell you? If I took your hand and I went like this. Oh. Would you like a little bit of the mysticism? Would you like a little taste of that power while we're looking at something so heavy? Why not? I think you've earned it. Your flame burns bright elsewhere. Whether you know it or not, it's there. There's a reason you're out there looking, not waiting. This is hope. You have an inclination that you're supposed to be out there. You're not wrong. Whatever that is burns brightly. It is your future. And I can assure you, it is very much the opposite of feeling dead inside. Quite the opposite. You weren't expecting that shit, were you? Well, no. Or maybe you were. In which case, confirmation. Goody for you. No, but there's a bit of nice lightness there. Very heavy opening. It's a nice contrast. But it seems you figured out what's very right for you. But you're right. This was a very important takeaway. That aside, something here will not settle. It will not rest. It will not balance. It's because it's not meant for you to balance with. You've given this a lot of thought. You can't be at peace with it. Dark night of the soul. We've been through this. Decisions. Tired of playing the what ifs in your mind. What if, what if, what if, what if I do this, what if I do this, what if I change my life forever? What if I choose B instead of A? Crossroads, life-changing decisions, tired of holding ourselves back based on fears and limitations of what if and comfort zones. Busy and distracted in reverse. Not anymore. Okay. Last quarter moon in Taurus. How appropriate. That would make sense then. So you might have some very prominent Taurus in your chart. Okay. But yes, be proud of yourself. What you shifted through took time. The fact that you're taking this decision seriously suggests that you stand next to yourself now. And that you're in alignment with it. I see what's for you out there, and it's beautiful. But this is something you had to come to terms with on your own. Be proud of yourself that you came to this conclusion. Be proud of yourself for having worked through it. Be proud of yourself for recognizing something for what it was and for what it isn't, and this kind of thing. Okay. Things like this are never easily decided. And you wouldn't trust the person who was so easily decided on it. Okay. You have to know. So then, there's just a commitment to leave. It's not really a commitment to leave. Remember, it's a commitment to yourself. About what you understand about yourself now. Okay? We have the letter L. We have the rabbit upside down. That's like I said, that sense of busy and distracted is over. You're giving this your full weight of attention. Okay. We have the stingray in reverse. We no longer feel a particular flow anymore. Okay. The crescent moon is upside down and in reverse. Just no more phases to complete with this. No more dreams of this. Okay. All right. Mama, that was quite deep. Very deep for a check-in. That's where these are now. They have to be, yeah? I do hope it helped you. Very interesting. Put in the comments. Take care. Be well.